know, today is awesome.
For them to be the first to get drafted, sign an NBA contract, and play in a game, none of us are doing what we're doing right now without their life's work and their courage.
In 1950, the Boston Celtics made history when they drafted Chuck Cooper, the first black player ever to be selected.
One of the other owners says, you can't take him, he's colored. Walter Brown stood up and said, I don't give a damn if he's striped, polka dot, or plaid. Boston takes Charles Cooper out of Duquesne University, and the rest is history.
And a sensational show by Charlie Cooper.
Chuck Cooper being drafted, it was the ownership of the NBA saying, we can accept integration of the NBA.
As New York's Sweetwater Clifton.
Basketball fans in the late 1940s knew the name Nat Sweetwater Clifton. He was a star for the super popular Harlem Globetrotters. But in 1950, he made history with the New York Knicks, becoming the first black player to sign a contract with an NBA team.
Out to Clifton, the man with the supersized hands.
The goal was to get in there so that he could break a barrier.
Clifton is the key man for the Knicks right now. Mikan is guarding him, but Sweets gets past him for a marvelous underhand shot.
His style of play was just so ahead of its time.
Fans, just feast your eyes on Sweetwater Clifton.
He was the pioneer, showing how big man could do more than just be in the paint.
Syracuse's Earl Lloyd. Bullseye!
It's Earl Lloyd who holds the distinction of being the first black player to appear in an NBA game.
Earl Lloyd is way down there.
For a young black kid from Alexandria, Virginia, born and reared in the cradle of segregation, and told that you're inferior all your life, and here you are in professional basketball at the highest level, that's a real eye-opener.
A physical defender and rebounder, Lloyd played 9 NBA seasons and was a key member of the Syracuse Nationals.
The Syracuse Nationals held on to win 92-91 for their first NBA championship.
He understood that his gift was just not a gift. It was a gift that was designed to help him fulfill his purpose.
Chuck Cooper, Earl Lloyd, and Nat Sweetwater Clifton. 3 heroes in the black community that changed the game of basketball and changed the NBA forever.
Absolutely no way to overstate the importance of those 3.
You know, I can remember as a youngster growing up, I thought basketball started with Dr. J. And then as I started playing and started hearing these names, I think Mr. Cooper came down to LSU and gave us word. But Chuck always says it. When you see the guys that paved the way for us, you just tell them thank you. I realized I wouldn't be here without those guys, without Chuck. I got to saw my idol. He didn't know he was my idol. I told Patrick Ewing I patted my whole game after he was in high school. He said he never knew that. So, you know, Chuck, thank you for saying that. But, you know, I think these youngsters do need to understand that the guys that paved the way for us, show them some respect. And the best way you can show them respect is just shake their hand and say, thank you, sir.
Did you say Chuck Cooper came down to LSU?
Yes, I did.
What can you tell me about that?
Man, he spoke, and, you know, I was like, you know, I was looking at the guys, I was like, who is that? And this was the time before, you know, Google and YouTube, because, again, I saw a movie Kenny and Chuck called The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, and I thought Dr. J invented basketball. I thought everything started with, you know, Dr. J, but he came down, he spoke, and, you know, I'm learning more and more, you know, just being here and, you know, just learning, you know, about the game.
Well, the reason I said it all the time, Shaq, not just those 3 players, every older black person, and there are a lot of white people who help too. I think sometime I told Dr. C.T. Vivian, I would always say, there's a lot of white people who did a lot for civil rights. But I think it's really important and significant anytime you meet an older black person who did all the heavy lifting, not just for us to play in the NBA, but dealing with all the other BS they had to deal with growing up in America. And anytime I meet an older black person, I just, number one, I always thank the basketball players for putting us in this position to be successful. But all the older black people and white people who fought for civil rights, I always tell them thank you, because, you know, America still can get better, but man, I can't even imagine what they had to go through. And I'm just so thankful and blessed, and I make sure I tell them thank you all the time.
I think we could never undervalue the significance of the African-American athlete in America, because not only did it introduce the ability to segregate better, it also changed the world's perception on how they view American people. And so their significance and their value and their ability to raise the game into a height where it's a, quote, multi-billion-dollar industries, which is really trickles down into ancillary things from fashion to music to business to products, all because of the integration cannot be undervalued of the African-American athlete.
You want to hear a story? You may not know this, maybe you do. But Nat Clifton was not born Nat Clifton. He was born Clifton Nathaniel. His last name, Nathaniel, Clifton Nathaniel.
And why did he change it?
He changed it because sports writers way back in the day were saying Nathaniel is too long a name to put in a headline. So he went from Clifton Nathaniel.
This man changed his name because sports reporters were dummies?
He switched the order of his name so they could fit it in
sports
the
reporters
headlines.
were dummies.
Even way back then.
And I will add one thing, and we cannot undervalue what Spencer Haywood has done for the NBA.
Oh, no question. Spencer Haywood,
his
that's my
ability,
man.
the first, what we call hardship or early entry person, and the reason why kids are able to come into Spencer.
And we can never forget Kurt Flood and those guys in baseball too.
Exactly. Great piece. It's great to think back on what happened 75 years ago, way back in 1950. Here we are, Cambridge Fieldhouse, with the tip-off of Game 3 fast approaching. Pacers looking for a 3-0 lead. New York.
There go the great Dale Davis.
Dale Davis walking in the gym right now.
Dale Davis in
Not at all. Not well, maybe. Nobody. Maybe Anthony.
Prize Picks, the app that can turn your hot takes into 2,000 times your cash. Like when Drewski said, he trash talks more than he gets buckets.
Come on now, I didn't say that.
Download the app during the playoffs and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup.
Safe like prepared.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Safe like replaced.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options only at safelight.com.
Hi. Play for an Ultra?
Racy for an Ultra?
Don't forget, there's Ultras on the line. Woo! I didn't.
Michelob Ultra. Superior like thee.
Aunt, why are you always dunking so much?
What you doing up here with me?
The people want to know.
Why do I dunk so much?
So y'all can see my sneakers.
This is a can of Valspar Ultra for $29.98. It's also inspiration to find a little less inspiration. Valspar, affordable, durable, available at Lowe's.
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Many people swear they've had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before, so we invited some of them to a little taste test.
Oh, that is the Domino's stuffed crust that you've said you've had in the past.
Where's the pizza?
Domino's has never made a stuffed crust pizza before.
I'm at a loss for words.
Until now, that is. Introducing Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. We didn't just stuff our crust with cheese. We use our delicious pan pizza dough and sprinkle garlic seasoning and Parmesan on top. It's Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try it for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal.
I didn't think I was going to be nervous, but I am.
Duff Goldman is entering the cake arena.
I've never seen me do anything like this before.
He'll face 6 competitors.
I'm outnumbered.
For 6 different challenges.
This is insane.
All at the same time. To make super mega cakes.
This is amazing.
Series premiere Super Mega Cakes, Monday, June 16th at 9. See it first on Food Network. Stream next day on Max. Get ready. Because when the clock strikes 8 on July 20th, it's crunch time. Shark Shark Week starts Sunday, July 20th on Discovery.
This summer, teams from around the globe will go head-to-head on U.S. soil, battling it out for the trophy and, of course, the title of World's Best Soccer Club. 32 clubs, 11 cities, 4 weeks, and 1 world champion. The FIFA Club World Cup begins June 14th on TNT and Streaming Shack on
DAZN. How we look, Chuck?
Right now.
USA team look good?
Man, we suck at soccer. The women are great. The women are great. Christian Pulisic ain't playing.
Hey, right now,
the women are great.
All FanDuel customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every weekend of the NBA playoffs. Use your token on a same-game parlay or same-game parlay plus, and you'll get bonus bets back if you don't win. Make the playoffs more on America's #1 sports book. I'm assuming are you still like winless during the postseason? Or did you win something early?
Oh, Chuck, win something.
Come on, Phil.
Jalen Brunson going for at least 25.
He better.
At least 10 boards for Carl Anthony Towns.
Tyrese,
who's averaging 9.
Y'all don't feel good?
10
How the hell can he be 7 feet tall and average 9 rebounds a game?
Pascal Siakam scoring 20 points.
Guarantee it, Chuck.
Come on.
Guarantee it, Chuck.
Good luck. Guarantee.
Yeah, that had no passion in it at all.
Listen, man.
Kenny, G-A-W.
Come on, you can't be 7 feet tall and average 9 rebounds a game.
Try their soft
My grandmother would be pissed at me if I averaged 9 rebounds.
Guarantee.
You got a list for that.
Guaranteed.
A CNN special event on June 7th, a landmark television event. For the first time ever, Broadway goes live on television. George Clooney and the 5-time Tony-nominated Good Night and Good Luck. One night only, live on CNN and streaming live on Max.
This golden summer, the world's top soccer clubs soar into the United States. 32 clubs, 11 cities, 4 weeks, 1 world champion. FIFA Club World Cup begins June 14th on TNT Sports and stream on DAZN.
It won't take you to space. It brings space to you. Introducing the 3-row, all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 9 with class-leading interior space.
AE drink Sprite? AE drink Sprite?
You want to hope like Anthony Edwards? Practice. You want a refreshing drink? Obey your thirst. And I tried to tell him, man.
Oh, I know. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Once upon a time, a young couple inherited their grandfather's castle in France.
Ta-da! Renovating the chateau is keeping my grandfather's legacy alive, but it is falling apart.
The bottom floor is the beauty. May I present to you this secret passageway? The 3 floors above are the beast.
Oh my gosh.
Will their fairy tale have a happy ending? Castle Impossible. All new Tuesday at 9 on HGTV. Stream next day on Max.
It's playoff time on TNT.
Who's going fishing?
This year, the intensity is off the charts. We are
It's win or go home.
Not going fishing.
We'll see about that. 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
We welcome you back to the field house where it is almost time for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The New York Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, Kevin Harlan, Stan Van Gundy, Reggie Miller, Allie LaForce have it covered next.
This is the library.
Our job is to protect the world from magic.
starts tonight after playoffs coverage on TNT.
Rock the Block's final showdown.
I can't believe this is it.
With the competition this close,
We're tied 3-3.
We might have to start worrying.
it's anyone's game to win.
Oh my gosh.
Rock the Block season finale tomorrow night at 9 on HGTV.
The NBA playoffs are here, and I'm betting rebound props on FanDuel. After all, I am the league's greatest rebounder. Ain't that right, Chuck GPT?
Incorrect.
Well, top 5 for sure.
You are 19th on the all-time list.
Ninth. What about scoring?
31st and likely to be passed soon.
Assists?
No results found.
Best TV personality?
Top 1,000.
What about celebrity golfer?
Do you really want to know?
No.
New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book.
What did you bring back from your last trip? A dumpling you'll never forget. What nature truly feels like. A bit of local art. A soulmate for the week. Finding out you love a good poncho. And glamping. And that durian is everything they say it is. Everywhere you go with Marriott Bonvoy shapes you, making you the greatest souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
We're all unreasonable about something. For us, it's creating an uncompromisingly delicious bourbon. Handcrafted, consciously made, Maker's Mark, perfectly unreasonable. If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place.
With personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Today, let's stain with Bear.
Today we're not.
This is so great. I've been telling him for months.
There's been a lot of rain.
With Bear stains, your deck will have all-weather protection.
Oh.
Get the #1 rated stain at an everyday low price, only at the Home Depot.
I can't believe you got pink eye, Ferris.
When you wake up with pink eye, you get your prescription fast, in like an hour, with Walmart Express Delivery. I wonder what else Walmart could deliver that fast.
Fridays on TBS.
This is only the beginning.
Your favorite movies.
Damn right.
Every Friday night.
I can't wait for you to experience it.
Friday Night Vibes. Fridays at 8 on TBS.
Rock the Block's final showdown.
I can't believe this is it.
With the competition this close,
We're tied 3-3.
We might have to start worrying.
it's anyone's game to win.
Oh my gosh.
Rock the Block season finale tomorrow night at 9 on HGTV.
Sure, every era has its icons, but the game has changed.
The talent level is crazy.
And the game has grown.
The vibe is electric.
He said we were next.
Well, we here now.
Get in that mode! Nobody could ever make me stop. Get out of my way! New faces, a new team, same energy, but a new age. This ain't just a league, it's the league. Everybody could remember me. The world is watching on NBA TV.
Tap in with us. Go crazy.
All is back with MLB Tuesday on TBS and Max.
This is about to be turned up to another level.
I'm on the way like a road trip. On my way to the top, no, I won't slip.
Swing at him, Messi, got him.
We on the way.
Curtis Granderson, Jimmy Rollins, and the Hall of Famer, Pedro Martinez.
This is up and gone. Made to the moment.
TBS Tuesday on the way. Let's go.
From racers to pacers. Good evening, everyone, from Indianapolis for an important Game 3. With the Knicks down 2 games to none and knowing no team has come back from a 3-0 deficit. The NBA playoffs Eastern Conference Finals are presented by AT&T. The New York Knicks have never won a playoff game in this building, 0-9. And need a win tonight to avoid the dreaded 0-3 in the series to the Indiana Pacers, who won the first 2 games at Madison Square Garden by a total of 8 points. The winner here will play the Western Conference champion, either the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Minnesota Timberwolves. We begin tonight with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin, Reggie, and Stan. Big news in regards to the Knicks starting lineup. Mitchell Robinson will start in place of Josh Hart. This is the first non-injury related change to the starting lineup all season, and Coach told us he was still debating an hour before tip which way he would go, but he believes this will bring the best out of the group. This does not determine who plays the most minutes, but it's a fresh look. Josh Hart told me he preaches sacrifice, so he stands by Coach's decisions. Gentlemen.
All right, Ellie, thank you very much. Here's a look at the lineup. So Robinson will make the start, the first of the playoffs for him. His last start was mid-April against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Harlan, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Reggie Miller. Can't wait to get your take on this change in the Knicks lineup.
Well, think about this. When both have been on the floor, the plus-minus has gone through the roof. The problem is, when you have the two bigs on there, if you don't get those offensive rebounds or extra possessions, and Indiana can get out in transition, that's when they're at their best. And, Coach, I do know this about ball control. It will play a factor here in Game 3. The Knicks, 28 turnovers in this series for 44 Pacer points.
Absolutely. But on the other side, one game can completely change a series. And for the Indiana Pacers, there can be no let-up. They can't just rely on their shot making. Their defense and rebounding has to be better, and they have to continue to take care of the ball.
We gotta meet the moment competitively in this game. Right? They're gonna come out really, really hard, really physical. All right, have each other's back. Let's go.
Maximize the opportunity, baby. Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stan, I can only imagine the words of the meetings with the New York Knicks and for the Indiana Pacers. But let's talk about New York. How, as a coach, do you prepare your team for a game like this?
Well, look, these are some of the easiest games to prepare your teams for, Kevin, because it's all on the line right now. You can't go down 0-3. You know you have everybody's attention, and they are going to lock into the details of preparation.
And I want to go back to the lineup change here for the New York Knicks. And I can only speak from a player's perspective, right? If I'm the Pacers and I see this, I think there's chum in the water. The Sharks should be circling. You're going to make a change like this late into the season in the Eastern Conference Finals. Coach Thibs is notorious for riding or dieting with his starting fives. And to make a change like this, if you're the Pacers, you got to think there's a little bit of chink in the armor, and you've got to jump on it.
Our officials tonight, the crew chief is Scott Foster. Our referee is Sean Wright. Our umpire is Ed Malloy. The three combined just a little under 5,000 NBA games officiated, and here we go, and the Knicks will have it first.
How high out those high screening rolls are for Jalen Brunson. Gives them a little bit more room to operate downhill.
Absolutely, and I think if you're going to pressure the ball, that's one thing that's going to happen. If you're Indiana, the screen is going to be higher on the floor.
It's Nembhard. Nice fake. Anunoby will tail him into the paint. Rebound Towns. Didn't see a kind of minutes he's normally used to seeing in game 2. It's Bridges. And Halliburton will defend. Brunson again finds some depth in the corner. It's a three. Bridges. Rebound taken by Nembhard.
Great block out by Miles Turner on Mitchell Robinson, the best offensive rebounder in the playoffs.
It's a Turner three. And a rebound by Towns, his second.
Tyrese went down hard on that dribble penetration, kind of grimacing on the way back.
Brunson has been fantastic scoring the ball. It's loose on the miss. Nembhard will vacuum it in. Here come the Indiana Pacers. They're the 4 seed, the Knicks the 3, and Nembhard will set up with a 3. Rebound, another one by Towns.
Still didn't like the defense here. Soft on the switch. That's how Indiana's gotten a lot of threes in this series.
Bridges way off on that shot. Siakam the other way, coming off that monster game of 39 in game 2. This is over Brunson, across the lane.
Well, he created the mismatch right there on Brunson. And again, Brunson giving up size and weight. Siakam coming off that 39-point game 2, continuing to thrive here offensively.
New York has shot the ball well. Game 2, they shot 47%. The Knicks shot 51% in game 1. It's Brunson on the side. Neesmith comes up on him. Shot clock at 1. Off in time and off the rim and picked up by Halliburton. 2 straight games with 11 assists in each. Siakam hard into Towns with a spin. Rebound Robinson.
Siakam wasn't missing many of those the other night.
Towns hard, bulldozing, right to Turner with a fake. Robinson gets it.
It's a great pass by Towns right there. Great pass.
Hey, it's worth noting these Pacers have not shot the ball particularly well in these playoffs in this building. Nice crossover block there by OG.
No, and in particular, the guy who struggled here and been great on the road is Tyrese Halliburton.
Inside Anunoby. Knocked away Halliburton. And a whistle and a foul. It's on Indiana. A little more than 3 minutes into this game here in the first quarter.
Well, here's Mitchell Robinson's first offensive rebound. That's a tough one if you're Siakam because of the air ball. And then there's the foul. Easy call there.
Stan, as a coach, here's a guy in Robinson with Anunoby at the line that you're bringing off the bench most of the time. Now he starts. The philosophy of him as a starter as opposed to a bench guy controlling his minutes.
Well, it's a little easier to control the minutes as a starter. If we remember, go back to game 2, they wanted to get him more minutes. He had to play 15 and a half straight minutes. So start him, he can get a little rest and come back in the game. So they can get him the same amount of minutes, but not wear him out.
Nembhard with a 2.
Great patience there by Nembhard. And that's going to be the Pacers. They've got to get the defensive rebounding, and Halliburton, again, always looking up.
With another assist, Bridges will take it deep and get it to go.
Well, that's a great screen by Mitchell Robinson. I really think the key tonight for the Knicks offensively is they've got to set solid screens.
Halliburton had the big game 1. Here's his 3 right here. There's another rebound by Karl Anthony Towns, already collecting 5 in the first 4 minutes.
Well, Halliburton only shooting 18% from 3 in this building in the playoffs.
Big 3 right there by Anunoby.
How about the jab step to create that space there by OG?
It's Halliburton. Bridges held. Here's the shot with a foul. Bridges picks up number 1 with a look at Tom Thibodeau. He's been a head coach in the NBA for 12 years. 5th with the Knicks, with the Bulls, with the Wolves, and now New York. Halliburton at the stripe.
And Coach, you know this. You've been in this position. Only one of 2 things are going to happen from this lineup change. Either the Knicks go on to win this game, everyone's going to say Thibs is a genius. If they lose here in game 3, they're going to come for his head, unfortunately.
Well, that's the way it goes. But look, you have to understand as a coach, I don't care what you do or don't do. If you lose, you're going to get criticized. So that's the way it goes in that business.
And Reggie, the psyche now of Hart, who has to come off the bench, normally a starter.
And the good thing about Josh Hart is he's an energy guy, and he understands that he is going to bring the same amount of energy as if he's in the starting lineup or coming off the bench.
Robinson kicks it in the corner. As it pitches 3. A rebound by Neesmith. And Siakam. Gigantic first quarter. Takes it inside hard. Rebound is off the fingertips of Towns. Down goes Siakam with a whistle at the 7:22 mark here in the first. Out of bounds and 17 seconds on the shot clock.
There's a rush shot there by Siakam in transition.
Well, he got off to such a good start the other night. I'm sure
he did.
Duplicate what he did in game 2.
Oh, Neesmith is free. It's a three-point shot and a rebound by Brunson.
Well, Reggie already mentioned it. The Pacer perimeter players in particular have not shot the ball nearly as well here at Gamebridge as they have on the road in the playoffs.
Siakam trying to defend inside Anunoby. And finally, they get it to go through. Robinson with the touch. Anunoby had the position. And now Robinson has hit his first 2 shots of the game. A good sign for the Knicks. On the miss, Turner couldn't stop it. Timeout taken. The Knicks by 5 on TNT.
Pre-order now at Samsung.com.
Own a design studio. Win a really big design contract. Realize you're more of a creative type than a finance type. Realize you got this. Use QuickBooks to get your cash flow flowing. Get live expert assistance to maximize your tax savings. I can help with that. Get back to doing what you love. Manage and grow your business all in one place. Intuit QuickBooks, your way to money.
This is Buick, now. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR on these Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $3,000 allowance on Encore GX.
Powerful, majestic, recreational. At Progressive, we treat your outdoor vehicles like the noble creatures they are. And when you bundle them with your home and auto, you can be sure they get the 24/7 protection they deserve. There you go. So they're always ready for your next adventure. Because that's just how we do it around here. Around these parts, around them parts. It's just how we do it here.
You're him. How do I start doing what you do?
Looks like you already have.
Rated R.
Hey!
Oh my God. You lied to me.
I'll pay the price. Because I love you.
Give her a chance, bro.
In a way you can't understand.
And you're back. You're mine.
I would do it all over again.
Chuck, we're going back. No, we're here in Indiana.
Yes, we are.
Yes, but don't forget to download the FanDuel Sports app. It's the best place for all your betting and live same-game parlays, and it pays out what? Instantly. But the question tonight is, who scores more points tonight? Brunson, Halliburton, or Siakam?
I'm going to go with Brunson.
I have to agree with you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Indianapolis, where the Knicks have taken an 11-6 lead. Coach Carlisle just telling his team, if Robinson is back in this game, which he is, we have to get out and run even faster, take advantage of their slower lineup, and on defense, we're too jumpy. Don't fall for the shot fakes. Get a hand up, but stay down and stay together, guys.
Ellie, thank you. Siakam gets the offensive rebound. Cross-court pass, Siakam. Towns will come out there. It's into Turner, defended by Brunson.
And the Pacers giving the Knicks a little taste of their own medicine on the offensive glass there. Extra possession.
Indiana 3 of 12. Knicks 5 of 13. And Brunson's got it. Nimhard stays with him. Nice feet by Brunson. Gets that shot away.
That was great defense by Nimhard, though. Very difficult shot for Jalen Brunson.
Halliburton, who struggles a bit at home in these playoffs, is better on the road with his offense. He's looking for the screen from Turner and goes into Brunson. And got that one.
A lot of contact as well, but didn't get the call. But once he saw Brunson in front of him, he wasn't giving the basketball up, understanding he's got to work Brunson at this end of the floor.
Halliburton is scoring 7 less points a game at homestand than he does on the road.
Absolutely, and not shooting the ball nearly as well. I'll tell you what, Neesmith gets over screens as well as anybody I have seen in years.
And the key for that is what? Just being aggressive, the read, or all of it?
And tough. Here's the drive. That's
wow, that's a foul.
That's an obvious foul.
Neesmith picked up number 1. The All-Star Halliburton and the All-Star Brunson. They came in as the headliners.
Already we've seen Neesmith start on. Nimhard came into him. Halliburton has had a shot at him here in the first quarter. We'll see a lot of bodies tonight.
Tonight from Indianapolis, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And by AT&T, connecting changes everything. Brunson again. He was 5 of 5 in Game 2, 12 of 14 from the line in Game 1. For the series, though, this may surprise some people. For the series, he is -4 in the plus-minus.
Yeah, look, I mean, one of the biggest, well, the reason for the lineup change with Tom Thibodeau is that 5-man lineup that they've been starting all year was easily the worst 5-man lineup in the playoffs.
Josh Hart has come in, Toppin has come in, Bridges with the deflection and the steal, and here comes New York. The trailing Hart. And Nimhard goes up on him.
Good defense there in transition by Indiana.
Bridges hard into Toppin with the fadeaway.
That's nice. And we've seen a lot of that, especially in Game 2 from Bridges. That fadeaway from mid-range.
Robinson on the perimeter. The whistle down low. Inside it was going as Turner got caught up with Anunoby. Anunoby, number 1.
A little step back fade there from McHale.
I like what Miles Turner's doing, really sealing hard when the Knicks switch, forcing the foul right there, not just getting out of the way.
Miles McBride has just checked in. Deuce McBride has come in for Anunoby.
Smaller lineup on the floor here now for New York.
Turner on top. Toppin, 3. The rebound and a foul inside on the Knicks.
And Turner's a little frustrated because once that switch happened, he had Deuce McBride on him and was rolling to the block, but Toppin took the quick 3. If he'd have been patient, Pacers could have had a good look down low with Turner. But nonetheless, this was tough by Deuce trying to hold off Turner on that offensive glass.
Nimhard goes in hard and puts up the shot with a bump into Robinson.
And again,
foul and inside on the Knicks.
Miles Turner is turning into Mitchell Robinson here on the offensive glass.
He's taking advantage of the switches and the size advantage, drawing fouls in the post and on the glass, and giving Indiana second opportunities.
McBride picks up his second foul. Turner will put up a 3.
And it pays off. 2 extra possessions and you get a 3 out of it.
And very fitting that he's the one who gets the 3 because he's the one who created the extra opportunities.
They go in here in stride. Robinson couldn't get it. Shepard has come in. That ball was deflected. Halliburton corner. Shepard 3. And the Pacers have their first lead.
And again, all the little things. Offensive rebounding. Ben Shepard, who's been the 1+ off the bench for the Pacers.
Excuse me, are you shopping online while standing in line?
Yeah.
Me too. I just bought a croquet set using PayPal. Cool.
And PayPal lets me choose how I pay.
Oh, no, you're not going to sing again, are you?
You can pay your own way.
Here we go again.
Pay your own way. I use PayPal to buy this ticket, and I'm paying it off in 4 payments. No fees, no interest.
No one else has no interest? Me.
Pay in store, pay online, pay over time. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Gemini.
Okay, can we talk about this photo I just took?
Sure, just add it and we'll talk.
Can you take a look at this giant hole?
That hole is easier to repair than it looks.
Gemini, I need help.
Okay, let's talk about how to get rid of that spider.
Run that back, Gemini.
Attach the braces to the support beams.
Attach what to what? Go back a step.
No problem. Let's go back to step 3.
We're only on step 3?
You know lobsters can live up to 100 years and have clear blood and chew with their stomachs and taste with their legs. Not a female lobster can only make after she...
Okay. So I shopped online and got pre-qualified for this SUV. Now I want to see it in person, take it for a test drive,
And we have it in red.
Lobsters only turn red when you boil them.
Blue?
Yeah, let's do blue.
Shop online, see it in person. CarMax.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meals. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol, ultra smooth taste, just 29 calories. Stay in the game with Michelob Ultra Zero.
Fridays on TBS.
This is only the beginning.
Your favorite movies.
Damn right.
Every Friday night.
I can't wait for you to experience it.
Friday Night Vibes. Fridays at 8 on TBS.
Rock the Block's final showdown.
I can't believe this is it.
With the competition this close.
We're tied 3-3. We might have to start worrying.
It's anyone's game to win.
Oh my gosh.
Rock the Block season finale tomorrow night at 9 on HGTV.
Sure, every era has its icons, but the game has changed.
The talent level is crazy.
And the game has grown.
The vibe is electric.
They said we were next.
But we here now.
Get in that mode. Nobody could ever make me stop. Get out of my way. New faces, a new team, same energy, but a new age. This ain't just a league, it's the league. Everybody's gonna remember me. And they forget I'm a giant memory. The world is watching on NBA TV.
Tap in with us.
Go crazy.
The Eastern Conference Finals on TNT is presented by AT&T. You run pick and rolls to free up your ball handler or to make the defense switch and put 2 on the ball, but Aaron Nesmith is putting on a clinic on fighting over screens, getting into the ball and fighting over. I'm telling you, Reggie, every NBA coach should take clips from this series and use them as instructional video for players on how to get over picks. Aaron Nesmith has been tremendous.
That will be Ben Shepherd on Brunson. Picks up the quick foul.
Couple substitutions. Turner's out, McConnell in for Indiana. Nimhard is out, Bradley has come in. Shepherd picks up his first. Bradley seeing time in the series in game 2, and they love his rebounding.
Well, that's right, and he's in against Mitchell Robinson because he is a bigger body, a better blockout guy, and a better rebounder than Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, the shot will go. It's a 3, and Brunson's got 7. Here's McConnell. Play for 2 teams. Sixers and Indiana. McBride, another foul off the bench, and that is a big story because the bench isn't deep. Indiana is now in the bonus. McConnell is at the line. 3 fouls on McBride.
That's huge because they're counting on his offense off the bench there for the Knicks.
No question. And so the Knicks now are going to go a little different, and we're going to see DeLon Wright, who played 26 seconds in this series up till now.
Free throw here can tie it for the Pacers in honor of Memorial Day. Please join the NBA family in recognizing the sacrifice of our nation's military and their families.
They're going to go away from Cameron Payne. Bring in Wright, who's more of a defensive-orientated type guard, but he's bigger than Payne.
Bridges will take it the entire length and have it knocked away from behind. Bradley got a hand on it. It's Halliburton and McConnell. Shepard cuts. Brunson is on McConnell. Toppin switching. Brunson is on him. That's a foul. And that's on Brunson. Number 1.
Bradley, less than 20 seconds into this ball game, making his presence known with the block shot. Here's the foul on Brunson. Bumping Toppin, sending him back to the free throw line. And the reason why the Pacers are in the bonus here early on, again, let's go give credit to Miles Turner picking up those early fouls on the offensive glass.
That's exactly right. Relentless effort on the offensive glass draws a lot of fouls, gets you into the penalty earlier, and gives you a chance to shoot some free throws.
Obi Toppin, born in Brooklyn, high school basketball in the New York City area. 2-point Indiana lead. Brunson's got it. Bradley in front.
A bad island to be on if you're Bradley.
Little dive and a foul.
But again, and we keep harping on this, was the great screen by Mitchell Robinson. Forced the switch. And Shepard not quite as good getting over screens as Neesmith. So that's what put Tony Bradley on Brunson.
Bradley picks up his first. Here is Brunson at the free throw line.
And they were hurt both ways, because if there wasn't a foul and that was a missed shot by Brunson, Robinson would have cleaned it up because he had Shepard on his backside.
No question.
2 of 2 tonight. Brunson at the stripe with 7. Download the FanDuel Sports app tonight and make every playoff moment more in America's #1 sportsbook. There's so much to like about Brunson. One of the things which clearly shows where his heart and mind are is he took less money to sign early with the Knicks when he could have waited and signed for more.
No question, because he wanted them to have the flexibility to put more talent around him to give them a chance to win.
Halliburton in the corner. McConnell with a 3. Robinson a rebound, and when he's in, they rebound about 10% better. He's got 4 already as a starter tonight. And Bridges. Hart. Robinson in perfect position. Staked his claim and got it to go.
Yeah, but if you're Ben Shepard, you've got to grab and hold up and wrap up. Robinson sent him to the free throw line.
I would have even thought about wrapping him up before he got the ball.
Right, with the deflection on defense for New York, and here comes Bridges. Knicks have led by 5. Pacers have led by as many as 2. Step back 3, Brunson. McConnell's got it. 2 to play in the first quarter.
Nice. Good seal. Great seal. That's what you teach most big men. Run to the front of the rim. If you've got a smaller guy on you, seal him down low.
Sort of a lost art, Reggie, because a lot of bigs now stop at that three-point line and teams run that 5-out offense. But when a big runs to the rim, it puts so much pressure on the defense.
Hart open 3. Toppin the rebound. Halliburton at the controls. McConnell will cut and fire and get his own miss.
Great job in this first quarter by the Pacers, rebounding their own misses here.
No bench points yet for the Knicks. Hart, beautiful feet inside, cutting Brunson. And a Pacer foul.
I wonder if this is going to be Halliburton. That'll be number 2 if it is.
These big guys taking advantage of switches at both ends. Mitchell Robinson here on Shepard. And then at the other end, Tony Bradley on DeLon Wright. That's how you have to take advantage of mismatches.
Shepard just picked up his second.
Looked like he was holding on from that backside a little bit there, Coach. But that was a good call. I think the officials were waiting to see if that ball went in from Brunson. What a start here for Brunson. Hasn't shot the ball particularly well, only 2 of 6, but already he will have shot 6 free throws here in the first quarter alone. He only had 5 free throws for the whole game. Game 2.
He did shoot 14 free throws in game 1. Watching it again.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt he got him from behind.
Towns has come in.
Big thing for the Knicks, though. Reggie hit it in the open. The Knicks, no turnovers yet.
Halliburton's out, Nimhard in, Bradley out, Turner is in, Shepard is out, Siakam is in, Towns in for Robinson. Brunson hits both free throws, Turner faking the 3. Towns came out on him. Nimhard, Turner a screen, and a 2.
Good balance. Good ball movement by the Pacers, coach.
Yeah, Nimhard's always under control and always on balance when he shoots the ball. And then Hart, we know, one of the best coast-to-coast players in this league.
Reggie, one of the tough things, and you know this more than anyone with your 18 years and multiple playoff series, the challenge of the playoffs, dealing mentally with the highs and lows, the ups and downs.
And here's Hart as he goes down. It's the floor holding that left wrist.
Yep.
And to your point, Kevin, the challenges, and what the beauty about the best of 7 series is you don't look at a series in its totality. You look at it from game to game. So yes, the Pacers are up 2-0, but this is like a game 7 situation for the New York Knicks, right? Because they can't afford to go down 3-0. So if you're Coach Thibs, you take the approach, everything is on the board now. The lineup change, right? Going deep in our bench, bringing in right. I have a feeling we may see a little bit of Landry Shamet too, possibly.
Maybe Precious Achua. I mean, everybody's on board tonight. And look, Tom Thibodeau said before the game just what you said. You don't play the series, you play the game.
The spinning move, McConnell. He's had 2 straight games of 10 points in each and does exactly what they need off the bench.
Well, he's averaged 12 a game here in the playoffs at home.
Final 18 seconds, game clock and shot clock, about a 6-second difference here to end the first.
Good high screen by Hart.
Nimhard is watching Brunson go down low.
Smallest guy on the floor here, Coach.
He is always in the paint. He just lives in the paint. People cannot keep him out of it.
Shot clock at 2.8. Quick shot Hart. It's a 3. And it's picked up. Nimhard out of the box from behind. Wright knocked it away.
We're going to get the foul there, either on Wright or Hart.
No, it looks like it's going to be on Towns.
It goes on Towns. Karl Anthony Towns picks up his first foul with the bump right there on Nimhard.
Wow.
And that was one of those silly fouls that Towns picks up. He picks up 1 or 2 usually during the course of a game. And already 7 free throws for the Pacers in this first quarter. 10 for the Knicks. Got 8.
And this will be the first game that Indiana will have led at the end of the first quarter.
Well, in the 2 games plus this quarter now, we've had 32 ties and 36 lead changes. And the first 2 games in New York, as we mentioned earlier, decided by a total of 8 points in favor of Indiana.
Coach, to your point, it's been the Pacers who have dominated quarters 3 and 4, and the Knicks in the first 2 games, quarters 1 and 2. Home run pass here from Hart.
Anunoby lets it go. Good if it goes, and away it goes. And we are at the end of 1. Indiana by 4. Biggest lead of this game so far. 11-point first quarter for Jalen Brunson of the Knicks. Down 2 games to none. Important game 3 with the NBA playoffs on TNT, presented by Google.
No one asked for this ending. Nobody says, here's my money, take my knife. Now please, sir, make it hurt. Shut up! But there are moments that always stick with us, like, hello, lovers.
We were on a break.
I love you, but you are not serious people.
I'm gonna cry.
No one asked for this, because who sees this coming? Or this,
These gays, they're trying to murder me.
or them, or it,
Hello.
or even the next big hit coming. Until it just hits you.
It's me.
Different.
This is the best Chipotle order. I would like a bowl.
Triple wrap.
Mild, medium, hot.
Then dip it in here.
Sour cream inside the vinaigrette. 2 tortillas. If you know, you know.
Lettuce, cheese, waffle.
Yes.
Oh, that is good.
Baby, you play too much. Super shot. I'm looking super hot. I got the perfect pose. Animal. She's sexy. I'm a centerfold. Said look by Lord go.
The NBA playoffs are here, and I'm betting rebound props on FanDuel. After all, I am the league's greatest rebounder. Ain't that right, Chuck GPT?
Incorrect.
Well, top 5 for sure.
You are 19th on the all-time list.
Ninth. What about scoring?
31st and likely to be passed soon.
Assists?
No results found.
Best TV personality?
Top 1,000.
What about celebrity golfer?
Do you really want to know?
No.
New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book.
Come on, here we go. Whoa. You don't have to go with me this time.
We got the Wolves.
Don't forget about the Grizzlies.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
The world is in danger. Our mission, find dangerous artifacts and bring them to the one place we can keep them safe.
The library.
The Librarians 2-night premiere event starts tonight after playoffs coverage on TNT. Set your DVR now.
Unforgettable. Kind of a rainy afternoon here in Indianapolis, turning into our early evening. A 10-4 Indy run to close the first tonight. These lucky fans right there were winners of the House of Highlights upgrade presented by Wingstop, which got them up close to the action. To see more fan upgrades, go to House of Highlights socials. All right, moments ago, our Allie LaForce caught up with the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson.
Well, Jalen, your defense held the Pacers to just 2 of 9 from 3, but most importantly, limit them in transition. What's focused and locked in this game defensively for you?
Exactly that. Limiting them in transition is making everything as difficult as possible to stay connected.
Offensively, no turnovers so far. They're doing such a good job being physical on the ball screens. How are you finding the space and protecting the ball offensively?
We're trying to obviously keep the ball out of the possession and making smart plays and at least getting shots on board.
Thanks, Jalen.
Karl Anthony Towns, as we start this second quarter, just picked up a foul. Make it Anunoby, who picked up his second. Everyone here thought it was Towns. It was Anunoby who got it. Turner is at the line. The Pacers have already scored with 8 of their different players in this game. Towns still has not scored for New York.
Well, what's really interesting with New York, we know they changed their lineup.
Yeah.
But that 5-man lineup they had started before tonight had played more in the playoffs together than any 5-man lineup in the league. They haven't played a second together tonight. Even when Hart came to the game, other people were in there.
There's a Turner foul as Towns is grabbing onto the ball, and it will be the first on Miles Turner of Indiana.
He continues to struggle from that free throw line. Saw that in game 2, just missed the last 2 and then picks up the foul. But you talk about continuity in the starting lineup. How about DeLon Wright and Landry Shamet? How many minutes have they been in that backcourt at all, even during the regular season?
Shamet throws it through the hands of Hart, picked up on the side and saved. Inside, Towns couldn't get it. It's loose, dug out of bounds, New York's ball.
That's great effort there. DeLon Wright saved the possession here. That ball's headed out of bounds. Makes a pass right to Towns on a shot he should have made.
So Shanna comes in, as Roger's talking about. Towns on top, Turner right there. Towns will find a couple and get it to go. His first basket tonight.
I don't know if we've ever seen this lineup with the Knicks.
Siakam cutting inside. Mathurin. Towns will rebound.
And continues to struggle in this series. Mathurin's going to have to give the Pacers something.
Long shot, Towns, no.
That was awfully deep, awfully early.
Here's McConnell, puts on the bricks, and a 14-footer is down. And the lead back up to 4. And off the bench, McConnell's put an 8.
Not surprising. He's got great energy at Towns. I think shot selection wasn't great on that last.
Towns goes in hard and gets it to go.
Well, how good is Towns taking the ball off the dribble versus these centers? That was a tough one going left.
Turner's got it. Hart will defend. Back to a 4-point lead with about 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
Now the offenses for both of these teams starting to pick up. Kind of like what we saw in games 1 and 2 when it was more of an offensive series.
And the ever-present full-court pressure.
Yeah, with no true point guard out there. That's an offensive foul, and that's number 2 on Towns. Again, another silly foul by Towns.
And Anobi's got 2. Towns just picked up his second.
Hip check, coach?
Yeah, absolutely. Good call.
That would be called on the ice or on the court for the hip check.
But a lot of times, you know, the guard doesn't do a great job waiting and setting the guy up, and then the big wants to get a piece of the guy, so he ends up with the illegal screen.
Kyle trying to squeeze a pass inside into Siakam. Wright got in the way.
Dangerous pass there by McConnell.
Yeah, he was lucky that one didn't get intercepted.
His game, though, is all about confidence, isn't it? My goodness.
Well, and he just lives in the paint. Constant penetration, putting pressure under defense.
Turner and Towns. T.J. McConnell with a Turner screen opens up a 15-foot.
Man, T.J. McConnell has just been great in these playoffs off the bench for the Pacers.
6-point lead, the biggest for Indiana so far. Towns again, launching a 3. Mathurin grabs it. Ahead it goes. Siakam in full stride. Timeout, New York. The lead is 8, biggest tonight.
Now the Pacers defense starting to ignite themselves. 12-4 Indiana run. Mathurin with the rebound. Siakam with the transition bucket.
He's a good student. He's had a good teacher.
Teacher only as good as his students. Sensei Miyagi taught me that.
Every time I have the chance to pass on a piece of his legacy, it's never the wrong choice.
Karate Kid Legends, rated PG-13.
Can I come in?
Sure, yeah, come on.
Okay. Don't worry. Dash Pass saves you money on DoorDash. So you can skip the trip to the grocery store and stay right where you need to be.
Popcorn? I'm good.
Want to go get dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll order.
When you save big on orders, you can afford to give yourself a pass.
Oh, what do we think?
Dash Pass by DoorDash. Your door to more savings.
What's up, Carl Nation? It's your #1 broker with the best full-service wealth management skills in the biz.
Actually, I'm seeing something from Schwab.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Schwab lets you invest and trade on your own.
And if you want, they can even manage it for you.
Not to mention, Schwab has a team of specialists for taxes, insurance, and estate planning, all with low fees.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Carl.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
I don't get it.
We saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
Bring me Peacemaker.
We haven't always been great people. But
We are the 11th Street Kids. No one will ever break us apart.
you ready for the next adventure, pal?
The story that the world thinks they know is that I am a master manipulator.
She is California's real-life Gone Girl.
It's not me.
This was a hoax.
Oh, you're only talking now because you got caught.
And could this person be playing you?
Now I get to tell the truth.
Sherry Papini caught in the lie, an ID documentary event, Monday at 9.
Time for Play Your Own Way, presented by PayPal. And TJ McConnell is paying off for the Pacers here off the bench, doing a little bit of everything. You see the assist there, the putback off his own miss, and he's putting right in the spin cycle. The luxury if you're Rick Carlisle to go to your bench and have a guy that continues to put pressure on the opposing team.
Here come the New York Knicks. 5 shot attempts this second quarter. All 5 by Karl Anthony Towns. Landry Shamet on top. Cutting Anunoby into the hole.
Oh, gee. Little curl action finish by Anunoby at the rim.
He's got 5. McConnell the other way. Indiana started 6 of 18. They've gone 8 of their last 10 since. And McConnell off the bench has been terrific. Putting in 10, making a move, slashing to the rack with a spin and a feed. It's Turner over Hart. He's got 9.
Playing very well.
Like the pressure here, full court again by the Pacers, just trying to wear you down. Again, the jab and jabbing and jabbing, looking for the overhand right.
Shamet, a 3. After in the rebound. Knicks are at 37% shooting. 52% shooting for Indiana. Four minutes gone, second quarter. Mathurin working his way into Hart. And Nick foul. Hart number 1. And Mathurin will be at the stripe.
Well, just a simple pin down by Towns, but a good screen. And Anunoby on the curl right to the rim and dumped it. And then Miles Turner, every time tonight he's gotten a mismatch, he's been able to use that size advantage either to create a second shot on the boards or to get a shot.
Mathurin hits his first free throw tonight. Upcoming playoff schedule looks this way. Tomorrow on ESPN, the Western Conference Finals continue with Oklahoma City at Minnesota, Game 4. With the Thunder leading 2-1, Big Wolves win last night. And Tuesday on TNT, we'll be back here courtside. Game 4, Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks and Pacers, 8 o'clock Eastern. And for more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
Well, Coach, to your point, you wanted to know this is the first time this New York lineup has played together all season long.
We started the 13th different lineup tonight with Robinson the change. And Hart off the bench. Now Anunoby down low. Bumping with Mathurin. Shot clock at 3. There is a 3. Shamet puts it down.
That's one thing that Shamet can do. One of the best shooters in our game. You give him a slither of daylight, he can hurt you.
Siakam. Shamet right there. A lot of hands grabbing at that ball. Saved by Mathurin. That's a go. There's a shot clock violation.
Well, if anything, it ran some time off the clock, I guess.
It did indeed. with a look at Rick Carlisle.
I don't think he was too amused by that turnover.
Carlisle, with that win the other night, is now in the top 10 all-time playoff wins by a head coach in NBA history, with Casey Jones tied at 10.
Amazing.
There's a whistle.
It's going to be on Turner here in a second.
On Indiana, you're right.
Well, if you're Coach Thibodeau, Coach Van Gundy, how long do you leave Brunson over there? Up, he's getting ready to check in now.
Words out of your mouth, and here we
It's
go.
like telepathy, Reggie, between you and Tom Thibodeau.
Oh, he's got to play close to 40 for me tonight.
7 minutes to play. We're in the second quarter in Indianapolis. It's game 3. Pacers on top 2 games to none on TNT.
It won't take you to space. It brings space to you. Introducing the 3-row, all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 9 with class-leading interior space.
Did you know your brother's linked to a string of high-profile art thefts? Get in. I'll explain everything.
No!
From director Guy Ritchie.
We're looking for the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, please, no.
There's a power in there that's beyond any of our comprehension.
We will stop you.
Oh, there's a way.
They can't succeed.
You really think you're gonna find a magic pool of water?
I think you want to find out.
Fountain of Youth. On Apple TV+. Rated PG-13.
Rebounds. You got now.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it that's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are.
How far are you willing to go? Meet me in this ring and let me show you our strength. We will hunt you down in the street. We will hunt you down in this ring. You stuck your nose in my business. It ain't over, boy. Not by a long shot. Like a king, give me my crown.
AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite. Live at 8 on TBS. Now streaming on Max.
About 6-7 hours ago, that was a busy place. Over 300,000 people were at the Indy 500, and they were cheering on from Barcelona, Spain, Alex Palou, who is the 109th winner of the Indy 500. They celebrated him early. How about what a day for him, huh? Wow. As he is now enjoying the fruits of a terrific win at the Indy 500. Here, we have 7 to play in the first half.
I would love to know what his whoop score was after that. You see that black band he was wearing around his wrist? I would love to know what his whoop score was after that victory.
Down goes Nembhard, up goes the shot from Brunson. Rebound falls into the hands of Halliburton. Indiana an assist, 11-4. Halliburton kicks it. Nembhard bumped by Brunson.
Number 2 on Brunson.
Jalen Brunson has had 8 30-point games in the 14 playoff games this year. Number 2, as Reg said, on Brunson. Second team All-NBA.
Sorry, Kevin. And this is the first time the Knicks' normal starting lineup has been on the floor together tonight.
Good point. Shot clock at 7. Outside Halliburton, thought 3, makes the move, puts it up. And Hart tried to grab it and does. Bradley on the floor, there's almost a steal. Towns gets it off to Hart.
Now you have numbers because of the gamble in the backcourt.
Bridges across the circle. And Bradley right with him. And Towns in the corner. He'll go up against Halliburton.
Offensive foul.
Count it. Now they're going to talk. One official said count it. The other way. It is a foul on Indiana.
Oh, wow. It looked like Scott Foster was coming in with the offensive foul.
And Towns with 6.
A lot of confusion out here.
You know, Stan, to your point about
they're going to challenge it.
Yep, they are.
Coach Carlisle is going to challenge it because this is a huge turn because if this is going to be an offensive foul on Towns, this is going to be number 3. There's the push-off right there. Oh, yeah, he's holding him.
Holding. They'll review and we'll step aside.
Welcome to the NBA Finals.
Unforgettable. That's what you are. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. The Kia X-Line Nightfall Collection.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Back in Indy, the NBA tonight on TNT, brought to you by Google, proud sponsor of the NBA. And by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. We have a 6-point Indiana lead right now. There was a drive by Towns across the lane. A foul was called initially on Halliburton, and they're reviewing it with a challenge by the Pacers.
Well, they're both holding one another. If you're going to go by that shot, they're both holding one another. I could very well, you're right, Coach. I could see this call standing as being a foul on Halliburton. Yeah, there's the foul right there. You see that left arm of Halliburton? But look at the right or the left hand of Towns. I mean,
well, there's no doubt Towns fouled Halliburton, but I think
what happened first?
Fouled
right
Towns
there.
First.
Right there. I would say it's on the floor, though. If you're going to look at this whole play, I would say it's still a foul on Halliburton, but it's on the floor. Now, remember in game 1, the Pacers saved their challenge. I think they won this.
It's been determined the contact by Halliburton was deemed marginal. That's been overturned to a no call. Following that, Towns hooked his arm, grabbing it, and throwing to the side. That would be an offensive foul. The challenge being successful.
And that's the read on Karl Anthony Towns with 6 minutes left here in this second quarter.
And that had to be one of the big stories coming in. Can Karl Anthony Towns stay on the floor?
And in game 2, he had no control of being on the bench in the fourth quarter. That was Thibodeau. That was a coach's decision down the stretch there. And now it looks like Mitchell Robinson off the bench here, probably going to come in for Cat.
No question. And that's big in so many ways winning that challenge because now, of course, Indiana has another challenge going down the stretch. Towns has his 3rd foul. Indiana's been great with their challenges in this series, and it has really, really helped them. We know game 1, like you just said, they don't win that game if they don't have their challenges down the stretch.
How about for Coach Carlisle and the Pacers? Bradley has taken all the minutes from Thomas Bryant here in that second unit.
Shepard and Halliburton. Bradley down low. Neesmith on the wing. Toppin in the corner. Neesmith with it right here. The hero of game 1 with the move. and leans underneath Anunoby.
Tough shot by Neesmith.
That's his first bucket of the night. The Game 1 hero.
Bridges with it. He's 2 of 6. Brunson's got 11.
Again, Neesmith getting over these screens here.
Halliburton will defend Brunson. In the corner, Bridges 3, rebound Toppin. New York is shooting 36%. Toppin spinning up. Brunson takes it in with a pirouette. And the biggest lead for Indiana tonight.
Here's the full court pressure again by the Pacers. Neesmith on Brunson. Again, getting over that high screen.
Corner 3, Bridges, rebound. Robinson kicks it out. Anunoby over Toppin. Shepard's got the ball. Under 5 to go in the second. Indiana shooting 53%. Halliburton cross court. Neesmith, Brunson in the way. And a foul. It's on Brunson.
And Brunson's down too. Maybe he got his foot, a hand on a foot on his hand here.
Number 3 on Brunson.
3 on Brunson. 3 on Towns. There's the reach. Oh yeah. You see that left foot by Neesmith stepped on the hand of Jalen Brunson.
This is Indiana's largest lead of the series. Albeit just a couple games in, at the free throw line, Neesmith, who has not missed a free throw in the first 2 games. And is perfect still.
Look at the move here. Now watch, there's the step on the foot of Brunson, but also the step of that left hand, his shooting hand.
Well, it's a crucial time right now for New York. 4:42 to go. You're down 12 or 13 after this. You got your 2 best offensive players in foul trouble. They cannot let this game get away from them anymore right here.
Look at the pressure here by Shepard on Hart.
Neesmith is on Brunson, Shepard on Hart, Bradley's on Robinson. Shot clock is at 6. Bridges on the move, Shepard down low. Bridges will put one up.
I mean, that is outstanding defense, Coach.
Incredible.
Are you kidding me?
It took New York 18 seconds to get the ball to the hash mark.
That's a 3, that's a foul. That's a turnover.
And look, that shot clock's at 6 when the ball breaks the hash mark. They end up with just a desperation contested shot.
Out of bounds it goes. Steal by Halliburton. 2-on-1 with Shepard. And a trailer in Toppin. It's an 8-0 run for the Pacers since the challenge.
Oh, my goodness.
Fast break points for Indiana. 9-zip.
Gotta let it go. You gotta let it go if you're Halliburton.
He's got 2. Picked up the foul.
Great steal there by Halliburton. There's just not enough offense on the floor for Brunson to get room. They are able to give him a lot of help.
It's a Brunson 3. Rebound Shepard. Halliburton on the move. A 3, Halliburton.
They're looking for the knockout. They're trying to look out for the knockout here in this first half.
11-0 run since the challenge. Picked off Halliburton.
This has got to be a timeout coming after this for New York.
What are you doing?
Crunching numbers on every NBA playoff matchup.
But with the NBA app, you get real-time stats and insights while you're watching the postseason. We're talking exciting plays, buzzer beaters.
And a deep dive into playoff drama as it unfolds?
All playoffs, all free. Thank you. You are welcome.
If you feel held back by the weight of financial decisions, we can give you the tools to help you break free. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Etsy is the place to find Father's Day gifts, like original baseball hats by Blair, under $50, personalized luggage tags under $25, or handmade outdoor gear under $200. Your dad's one of a kind. Get a gift that gets him. Etsy has it.
Tyrese Halliburton becoming a household name, people. Here's the alley, there's the oop by Toppin. And that's all the traffic go by him, knocks down a tray in transition, then picks up the steal in the finish, and igniting this Pacer fan base.
They've scored 13 points in the last 2 minutes. The last 7 Indy points have come on fast breaks. Anunoby works his way into Bradley.
But it's been Indiana's defense that's fueled this run. The Knicks only have 11 points in 9 minutes in this quarter.
Neesmith on top. And it'll go crashing into Robinson.
They're not settling for threes. Like we saw them settle for a lot of threes in games 1 and 2. Here's Neesmith, who has struggled tonight, right? They haven't needed his offense. He easily could have took that wide open three at the top, takes it on the deck, gets fouled, and again, at the free throw line, shooting free throws 15 and 16 for the Pacers.
Robinson picks up his first. We began the broadcast talking about the hole the Knicks are in. No teams have come back from losing games 1 and 2 at home in a conference finals. 13-0. It is a tough climb. Coming up, the American Express halftime report. E.J. Kenny, Shaq, and Shaq.
Oh, there they are again.
Shaq again just continues to help everybody with their look, their confidence.
The confidence.
He's up there helping. That's all I know. He's a good teammate, right?
Offensive foul on Robinson. That's number 2.
2 on him.
I'll tell you, the Pacers fighting through picks has just been a clinic tonight.
Halliburton's got it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Siakam. Neesmith. Hart will come out on him. Bradley with a 3. Rebound Hart. Down he goes. Foul Shepherd.
Nice job defensively there by New York, making sure the one person you wanted shooting a 3 on the floor here for the Pacers, Tony Bradley, getting that look.
Tony Bradley has done a good job in these 2 games of neutralizing Mitchell Robinson.
What did Coach Collins say? He's been their best rebounder. Kind of showed that down the stretch of the regular season.
Shot clock at 6. Brunson fighters way through 10. Hard offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Anunoby. It's a 3.
Nice. And in this series, I've said this, sometimes the Knicks' best offense is a missed shot.
No question. All across the league, you see a lot of open threes off of offensive rebounds.
Fake by Siakam, takes it into a thicket, kicks it off on the side, shot clock at 7.
Oh, that's 4. Now you're wondering if you're Thibodeau, do you challenge this?
There's no reason to. That's an obvious foul call.
Yep, right there. There's the body. Oh, that's huge to have 4 fouls. You gambled by leaving him on the floor, but you had to. Towns had 3. He was on the bench. You need scoring.
Inhard hits the first.
So it doesn't hurt that much. You've only got 1:36 left here until the half. He'll start the third after halftime. So that's not that big of a deal going forward, but just know he only has 2 to play with.
And McBride has been knocked out because he's got 3.
They will go at Brunson on every possession.
Yes.
To start the second half. They will put him in every action.
Bridges trying to get a screen. It's Hart, and Nimhart will pick him up. Single digits on the shot clock. Chasing his way in. Indiana shooting 55%. Knicks shooting 36%. Halliburton, that was deflected. Nice reach. Shamet the other way. Robinson knocked it free, but they throw it right away with a turnover in numbers. 4-on-2. Siakam inside, outside. And Hart is right on Neesmith.
Oh, fantastic transition defense here by the Knicks.
Siakam. Offensive rebound, the hustling Bradley. And about a half minute to go in the first half. Halliburton the drive, takes it in, looks to feed, out to Neesmith. A fake, Shamet flies, and there's the shot. And a rebound by Hart.
That was excellent defense there by the Knicks.
Yeah,
not to give up a transition bucket or 3.
Off a turnover, which is very, very hard to do.
And they had a 4-on-1.
Bridges will take it down low. On top for Shamet. Makes the move. Open corner, it's a 3, and it's down. Bridges hits.
That's huge.
That is huge to go into halftime. Only down 13.
I think he got away with a travel right there.
Halliburton against Bridges, good if it goes. Halftime is here. It was a 20-point Indiana lead, but the Knicks hitting them down the stretch and close the second quarter on an 8-2 run. Maybe some momentum going into the second half. We'll take a break, take you to our studio, the Eastern Conference Finals on TNT, presented by AT&T.
It's a big match in the National Soccer League, and one of the best will win.
Still looking for a new job?
Just found out my dad's sister's husband is golfing buddies with the CEO of a great company. So basically, I got the job.
Sounds promising.
Indeed helps you match based on what you know, not who you know.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't even know if he exists, to be honest.
This is Buick. Now. Buick. Exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR on these Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $3,000 allowance on Encore GX.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box y'all love today.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. It wasn't the late night shoot-arounds or the tournament trips. That's not what got me here. It was them. The love they showed me. It's why I give it back and pass it on, you know? Because it's the assists you don't see on the highlight reels that make all the difference. Ring, make it, ring, girl, make it.
You again. Everybody's loving that Grubhub deal with Prime, huh?
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub. Go to Amazon.com/Grubhub, activate your free Grubhub Plus membership, and start ordering with $0 delivery fees on Grubhub for top restaurants and your go-to spots. Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply.
Should we just start carpooling?
I can control the radio.
Never mind.
8 games last night and didn't miss any of the action.
You're dropping stats we've never seen before. How?
Copilot powered AI features and the NBA app. It makes keeping up with the league super easy. It's really not that hard.
La playa is Spanish for the beach.
If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
With the NBA app, you get real-time stats and insights while you're watching the postseason.
The American Express Halftime Report, live from the 2025 NBA Eastern Conference Finals, is brought to you by the powerful backing of American Express.
Here in Indiana, there's some horsepower to that second quarter for the Pacers on this Indy 500 Sunday. 13-0 run, creating a 20-point lead, which has been cut to 13 after 24 minutes. Indiana trying to take a 3-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Final. Welcome, everybody. American Express Halftime Report, Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Chuck, it was all about that 13-0 run, keyed by Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, when this team starts running, that's when they're at their best. You know, and listen, it was some bad decision out there by the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns getting those fouls. I don't know why you leave Brunson out there, would make him get 4 fouls. But I told you, I just hated the coaches, the stats from the beginning, the switch in the lineup. But the first 2 games were really good games. And now this game is pretty much over. But this is a wrap because the Pacers, the Knicks can't play fast and beat the Pacers. But they're down 13, so they got to play fast. They're going to get ran out this damn building.
Let us hit the American Express teammates real quick, because this will lead into what Shaq has for his picks. Then we'll get to you, Kenny. But Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns combining for 15, but it's that bottom line. Jalen Brunson, 4 fouls in the first half of this when Karl Anthony Towns has got 3. And in 13 minutes of work. So let's start there with Cat.
You know, when Cat is at the 5 spot, he could be a dual threat. He could play inside and outside. Chuck and I prefer him to play inside. But look, you still got to be aggressive. You're down 0-2. Chuck said it before the game. We need desperation out of you. Things like this should never happen. 6-11 right here, right at the basket. You got to make this. You got to play with force. He's not playing well. And this shot right here.
What the hell is this?
This shot right here. We'd be fighting in the locker room right now, right? We're down 0-2 and you're taking 35-footers, and this shot right here, offensive foul. Take a couple dribbles, back the little man down, shoot the jump hook. But Stan Van Gundy said it. They're going to be going. Listen, Brunson has 4 fouls. They are going to be the first 5-6 possessions. They're going to go at Brunson, try to get that 5th foul.
There's only one guy on the Indiana side in double figures, and he comes off the bench.
Well, you know, firstly, before we go to the pictures, they're very fortunate, the Knicks, to go on that 5-0 run. And the other thing you're surprised that, Thibodeau wouldn't play 9 guys in a baseball game. So, like,
that's a line right
they
there.
Have them. I'm surprised that
Bars.
Bars. That is a line.
Surprised that he has done that. But the bench of Indiana, when they play and they come in the game, particularly T.J. McConnell, when he comes into the game, you have to understand who he is, because if you freeze it here, the game right now is 30-all at the end of 1. This guy comes in and you say, Mikal Bridges, he is coming to score. We're going to pressure him, lose your length, make him shoot over the top, and you don't allow him to get easy baskets. Again, his job is to freeze it here, to score the basketball. There is no one here. He is coming in to shoot. Look for his shot. He is not looking for anyone unless you go under the screen and force him to make an easy pass. But other than that, his job is to what, Chuck? Push it, baby. Push it and come score. in to score. Yeah. So why would you let a 5'11" guy get
plays
into the
full
paint
speed
and score consistently? That was the difference that opened the game up. Even though they didn't start their conventional lineup, that was the difference.
That kid plays full speed all the time. Love 100%. Watching him play.
As does everybody wearing that gold uniform. By the way, fast break points in the first half, 14-0 in favor of Indiana.
It's going to get worse, because that's the one thing I said earlier. You got to play fast now, and that feeds right into the Pacers' hands.
He wouldn't play 9 guys in a baseball game. One of the best. That's the best line I've heard.
Nas,
the best line I've heard since.
Hey, Ben Phillips, you're 100% right.
The best line I've heard since he played dead in a cowboy movie.
All right, Method Man, Red Man, yes, bars. Chip Food, Busta Rhymes.
More pesos to go.
With Amex Business Platinum, get the business value you need. With benefits like access to the Centurion Lounge, 1.5 times membership rewards points on select business purchases, and a flexible spending limit that adapts with your business. You can take your hit product from table to shelf. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
The answer is Sheboygan.
Image. P-E-Z-O-L.
Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Yo te como sin vid, a capela.
Knock, knock. The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me that view.
You come here to stay the same. Gotta get better.
I'm ready to lead the group through adversity. It's what I've worked so hard for. Chase history, chase the grades, chase everything you dream about as a kid.
And watching Oklahoma City, they are dialed in.
SGA!
Know what it says? The MVP.
Thunder Timberwolves, tomorrow on ESPN.
I didn't think I was going to be nervous, but I am.
Defco Mid is entering the Cake Arena.
I've never seen me do anything like this before.
He'll face 6 competitors.
I'm outnumbered.
For 6 different challenges.
This is insane.
All at the same time. To make super mega cakes.
This is amazing.
Series premiere Super Mega Cakes, Monday, June 16th at 9. See it first on Food Network. Stream next day on Max.
I really hate dying. I'm scared of permanent deletion. They just print me out again every time I die.
He's expendable. He signed up for this.
We need to get used to dying.
Mickey can't save us.
One false move and you're man burger.
He's a nut job.
Mickey 17, rated R. Now streaming exclusively on Max.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
That's exactly right, David.
Hey, Kenny, it's early, baby. Still early. Still early. It's only halftime. It's only halftime.
Okay.
13 and a half.
Yeah, got another. They should put that on a Hallmark card. Guys, we only down 13.
Count me in, Nicole.
Hey, my watch just notified I'm in a loud environment again.
No kidding.
Bars. Bars. King of New York. That's funny.
With FanDuel Sportsbook, you get more ways to live bet the NBA playoffs.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
From quick buckets to buzzer beaters, make smarter plays with player performance pages.
Hey, check. Another deep ball from downtown.
Or run the floor in real time with the live same-game parlay. Make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the NBA.
He loves that baby.
And wait till you see the other 2 surprises. A joyful bundle of 3.
3?
I was thinking of gifting 1 to each of you. I got AT&T's bundle of 3, iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence for me, and iPad and Apple Watch for you.
New and existing customers get their iPhone 16 Pro on us with eligible trade-in, plus iPad and Apple Watch SE for 99 cents per month each and save up to $1,700.
To chase your passions. We were made to put them in a package.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators, losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
This is our last go-round. You're not putting this on tape, are you?
There's been a lot of questions.
The forever show. People would miss it.
They should trade me to the food channel.
Have a great show, gentlemen.
Going Inside, presented by American Express, following Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals on TNT.
This is the library.
Our job is to protect the world from magic.
It's gonna be a long day, huh?
The Librarians' two-night premiere event starts tonight after playoffs coverage on TNT.
Back in downtown Indianapolis, this is the first time in the very short beginning of this series that Indiana has led at halftime over New York. Halliburton is the heart and soul of this Indiana team.
I got you. Big push right here. I didn't even think I was going to dunk that. I had no legs.
So here we are courtside. Boy, it's dark in here right now. We had the lights on just a second ago. Now they're gone. Reg's first half thoughts.
I like how New York ended that first half. And again, I know they were down 20, but we saw in that Boston series in games 1 and 2, them being down 20, being able to walk down the Celtics. They have a little bit momentum. The question going forward will be the foul issues for Brunson and Towns.
No question. And New York's got to do a better job taking care of the ball. No turnovers in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, and that created a lot of fast break opportunities. Indiana up on New York 14-0 on fast break points. We're seeing it here. We know this Pacer team at their best when they're getting out in the open floor.
As you take a look at our AT&T connected cam and stand in the series fast break points, Pacers 41-12 over the Knicks.
No question. We know that's Indiana's game. They want to be up and down the floor. New York capable of running also, but not at the pace that Indiana plays. And now New York back to the lineup they started with tonight.
Reggie, do you find a ray of hope with the Knicks closing out that second on a 10-3 run?
Well, again, if they're going to get back in this ball game, it's going to have to be done at the defensive end. Good close out there by Bridges.
Shot clock at 3, and this is Siakam over Towns.
I mean, that's good defense by the Knicks, just better offense from Siakam.
5 New York starters had 2 assists in the first half. And this was the group they began with. 13th different starting lineup this season for New York. Starting Robinson, curling Brunson, with an Indiana foul inside.
That's Miles Turner's third.
Yes. I like the probing there by Brunson, a la TJ McConnell, tight roping that baseline. Yep, contact down low, good call.
Steve Nash, of course, hostilize that baseline dribble and going through. And
you're right. I said TJ McConnell. You got to give credit where credit's due. Steve Nash, you're right.
TJ McConnell does do it now, but a lot of coaches refer to that as the Nash dribble.
That free throw was the first by the Knicks since the first quarter. As we start the third.
Bench, by the way, Indiana again crushing it there, 23-7.
Yeah, tonight especially. The Knicks with not as much on their bench now.
Yeah, it's different now, isn't it? It's changed.
Here's the switch they wanted. That was so good in game 2. That switch with Cat on Halliburton. This time, Cat wins that battle.
Brunson got the rebound. Ends up with Anunoby. Siakam in the way, their former Raptor teammates. Plenty of time surveying Bridges. Curls into Siakam. Cross court, Brunson. Shot clock at 5.
Good closeout here by the Pacers.
Nice defense. Anunoby over him hard, and it will drop.
Wow.
They used
tough shot.
Every inch of that 24-second clock.
They did, and that was great defense by the Pacers.
And now down to 10.
Nice pass inside. Turner. Up top, Nembhard.
The Knicks
delivered it.
In these playoffs have been very good when they've been down double deficit. Being able to walk teams down. I just go to that Boston series, games 1 and 2.
Both the games, exactly. You and I saw it. We were there, back from 20-point deficits in each to win. Anything possible in these playoffs. Brunson over Nembhard. Neesmith has got it.
Brunson got 2 for 10 from the field in this game. He has gotten to the line 8 times, so he's got 13 points.
Got to attack Cat with those 3 fouls. You can't settle for jump shots.
With Siakam going right at Karl Anthony Towns. Thrashing at the ball. Picked up by Bridges. Whistle inside. It's on Indiana.
I believe it's on Neesmith on the offensive boards.
Got his second.
But I'm with Reggie on that. Halliburton's getting that switch on the Towns. Why is he not just putting the ball on the floor and trying to go by him?
Which he was doing in game 2.
He certainly was. And what he's done against big guys in this whole playoffs, for some reason, in the playoffs, he has not been nearly as aggressive offensively here at home as he has on the road.
Back down to 10 again with Brunson hitting right there, and 15 for Jalen Brunson. Halliburton and Bridges. Siakam a screen. Screen roll with Siakam, and in the corner ends up. And a 3 by Nembhard. A rebound pulled down by Towns. Out to Brunson it goes.
Everything's been a rush 3 here. Another steal by Halliburton.
Long reach. Puts on the brakes and pops a 3. Siakam flies in there with a foul. Towns 4th.
Well, here's the big question. Wide open 3 miss here by Halliburton, but Siakam on the offensive glass here. Able to pick up Towns' 4th foul. So now what do? You heard Charles kind of criticizing Thibs for leaving in Brunson when he had those 3 fouls. When he picked up his 4th, do you leave him in here with 8:45 left here in the 3rd? Do you trust Towns enough?
Well, here's the thing. I would trust Brunson more than I would trust Towns as far as the fouls. Towns is a guy who commits a lot of undisciplined fouls.
Again, a missed free throw here by the Pacers. We saw their issues in game 2, even though they ended up winning that game. 15 of 19 here thus far.
One and 2 right there. Under 9 to go in the 3rd.
Neesmith just refuses to be screened.
Brunson, Bridges, triple.
Great block out there by Miles Turner.
And Halliburton. Getting a screen, picking and poking his way to that shot.
A rare jump shot by Halliburton. Usually you see him take that set shot.
Bridges to Anunoby. And Halliburton will fly the other way. Defense got back there for the Knicks, and Nembhard, the trailing Neesmith 3. Timeout in the air. 6-0 run for the Indiana Pacers, up 2 games to none.
On WhatsApp, your personal messages, they're yours. We can't read them.
Corey keeps printing out things for the meeting.
We can't hear them. We can't see them. So your unread triple texts, they're private. Mom's voice messages,
You know how she is.
private. Butt dials, private. When you're getting the tea, it's private. The message you can't get right, the message you've been waiting for, and the message you never wanted to get. They're all yours. So whether you're sharing to the whole group or just one, on WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Not even us.
Checking in. When you think of me again and again and again,
Shall we?
you should think of fire.
Ballerina. Rated R.
At Avis, we rent cars, unlike anyone else rents cars. Because for 75 years, we've only had one plan. To make sure you keep yours.
Sun meets horizon, lime meets cerveza. Corona, La Playa awaits.
It's super hot. Super hot. 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 None of them bands why the best y'all. Take a chance that I bet y'all won't. I got a plan and it ain't about money. It's super hot. Super hot. It's super hot. It's super hot.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on 2024 GMC EV models. That's up to $17,200 in average finance savings.
Hey.
Live shot of Paris, where our TNT crew was all day today. That's your new home on TNT. For Roland Garros, coverage of the second tennis major of the year continues from Paris all week long on TNT and streaming on Max. Points up, easy points for Indiana. Points off turnovers as we see the FanDuel Live point spread beginning at -2, now at -13.5. Indiana plus 10 points off turnovers. Indiana 14 zip on fast break points. And in second chance points, they have a 9-8 lead right there, all in the easy point category. New York has 7 turnovers the last 9 minutes. They only won the first 19. Anunoby with a 3 from outside.
Well, he's hit 2 tough threes in this quarter, trying to keep the Knicks within shouting distance.
Well, I think he recognizes Brunson 3 of 11, Bridges 3 of 11. Trying to find a spark offensively here for New York. Cat struggling.
Yeah, Towns 2 for 7.
Nembhard and Anunoby. Turner and Towns. Shot clock at 3. The setup now doubled. Ball knocked away. Towns with the D and a whistle.
Boy, Towns.
I think Towns got away with his fifth.
Lucky.
Yeah.
He didn't pick up his 5th right here because Turner did the right thing with the pump fake. If he would kind of leaned into him a little bit more and made it more obvious, that would have been number 5 on Mr. Towns.
Knocked out of bounds. Shot clock at 1.1 on the shot clock. The quick inbound, and Nembhard couldn't get it. It's Brunson. 15 points, 3 of 11. Towns, here's a collision down low. Bodies on the floor. 5 minutes gone here in the third quarter.
There's that no call on Towns. Gets him off his feet. Yeah, there's not a lot of contact there because there was a lot of space. If you're Miles Turner, you've got to kind of take up that space to get that contact.
Nembhard just picked up his first.
They're targeting right now. They're looking for OG here offensively.
Shot clock at 9, and Brunson will work. Neesmith is right there, and intercepted by Nembhard. Halliburton looking one way, through on the other. Siakam inside. Wow.
And the no look again by Halliburton, who has 5 assists. It's turnovers again, joining the Knicks.
But it's Indiana's defense that's created all of this. The best defense we've seen from them in the series by far.
Bridges curls and hits. And he has now, in this game, 9. First 2 of the second half. Indiana shooting 50% right on the screws in the corner. Neesmith hard on that baseline. Knocked out of bounds off New York. Shot clocked at 8. Player down.
Neesmith holding that right ankle. Holding that right ankle by Neesmith. Oh, this is huge. Remember, he was the Game 1 hero you talked about, Kevin.
Well, he's upset.
Yeah, he's upset.
And they're going to get him out of the game.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
Right foot, right ankle.
Not really on Brunson, just rolled it.
Yeah, he's really struggling coming off the floor here.
And has been shooting the ball so good in this series.
Couple substitutions. Siakam is out. Shepard is in. Neesmith out. Toppin is in for Indiana. Halfway through the third. Shot clock at 3. Turner's got to make a decision. And it's driving to Robinson. Foul on Robinson.
We saw this in game 2, Reggie. Robinson switches out, does a great job guarding guards, but Miles Turner goes right by.
Right.
He's been great on guards, but he hasn't been able to contain Miles Turner. That's just a good, hard, straight-line drive.
So, Stan, coming into the series, we talked so much about the depth of Indiana, their bench, and the strength of the bench. Now, they have outscored the New York bench 31-17 in Game 1, 21-11 in Game 2. What have you thought about the play of the bench, which they're going to kind of need now with Neesmith out?
Well, honestly, throughout the playoffs with Indiana, their bench has not been effective in terms of outscoring opponents. In fact, they've gotten outscored. It's their starters who have gotten them the edge. What the bench has done is given their starters rest, kept the pace up, and so they've been able to finish games extremely well.
Picked up by Bridges on the miss by Brunson. Big shot by Bridges to save that ball.
Brunson just really, really struggling.
Halliburton, top end inside. Tried to tip in his own miss. And pushed onto by Anunoby.
I don't know what Toppin was doing there. He had a dunk. There was nobody between he and the rim.
Towns 3. Tipping drive will go Robinson. It's ripped away by Turner. Toppin on the move. Into 2. And a great play. Bridges to Towns. Brunson. Shepard finally got it. Halliburton. Tip by Anunoby.
We've gotten a little sloppy here, guys.
It's Bridges. He'll accelerate and reset. Towns there, Turner in the way, looking for the cutting. Brunson knocked away, turnover. Indiana's got it. And numbers, top end.
Well, I'm worried, did the ball even touch the floor on that fast break? I mean, that is textbook. Their fast break by the Pacers.
Look at the fast break story tonight.
16-0.
Knocked away, Indiana. Shot clock at 8.
Look at this. Ball never touches the floor. And again, from Halliburton to Toppin. And he's upset by turning the basketball over because he understands the only way the Knicks get back in this ball game is sloppy turnovers from the Pacers.
Well, the Knicks have 11 turnovers after the first quarter.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get an update on Neesmith of Indiana on TNT. Pacers on top.
Who is that?
He's with me.
Some people look at Sonny Hayes, they see
He has been
Overrated.
and never was.
It's really wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
You're just worried I'm quicker than you. Hi, I'm Sonny.
You say he was old. He not that old.
But I see the absolute best in the world.
F1 the movie. Rated PG-13 in theaters and IMAX June 27th.
Despite its spaceship looks, extraordinary range, expansive cabin, and rocket boost acceleration, it won't take you to space. It brings space to you. Introducing the 3-row, all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 9 with class-leading interior space.
This combo meal's got combinations. Make this thing your own creation. Entree, drink, and choice of size. Oh, and it's free to swap fries. BK, have it your way.
Let's just get a closer look.
Five immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Hi. Play for an ultra?
Race you for an ultra?
Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like thee. Monday,
Everybody is looking for love. It's going to be an adventure.
a new 90-day to be wild about.
Who is this girl? You gotta be kidding me, man.
They're back on the prowl.
Chances of me embarrassing myself, guaranteed.
I don't want to just hook up. I want something more. Never know what's gonna happen next in this place. Let's see how that goes.
90-day Hunt for Love premieres Monday at 8 on TLC. Get ready. Because when the clock strikes 8 on July 20th, it's crunch time. Shark Week starts Sunday, July 20th on Discovery.
Welcome back, everybody. Pacers have extended their lead 74-59 here in this third quarter. And earlier we saw Aaron Neesmith have to exit the game with what appeared to be a right ankle injury, and it's very clear in that video. You see him land awkwardly on it. He was clearly in pain. The team just confirmed with me it is a right ankle sprain. He is questionable to return, and if you remember, on November 1st of last year, he rolled his ankle on the foot of New Orleans Pelicans head coach Willie Green. He suffered the ankle injury. It kept him out for 35 games. So it's devastating to see the ankle take him down again. He is questionable. They haven't ruled him out yet, but didn't look good.
Allie, good report, and we thank you for that. Bringing up good moments of what has led to the injury tonight. Bridges hits inside. Bridges with 13. Halliburton the other way and scoops it up.
He was looking to pass that all the way, and then when it didn't open up, he was able to get it off the glass.
Where Brunson just faces pressure every time. Here he goes, down the lane, and a rare open lane to work with.
This is going to be something going forward with no Neesmith with that ankle injury. Being able to blow up plays, you're going to have to rely on Ben Shepherd. And if you're Brunson, you can kind of manufacture points and fouls on Shepherd.
Turner's out, Bradley in. McConnell is in, as you saw. Shepherd with the ball. Second-year player from Belmont. Halliburton with one to fire. Rebound by McConnell. Took it away. Hart was there. new shot clock.
You're wondering, how does the smallest guy on the floor come up with that offensive rebound?
He's got a lot of engine in him for sure.
There's no question. Good a motor is the
15-footer down the hatch.
Gets the offensive rebound, the extra possession, and then burns them. 12 off the bench for McConnell. 5 of 7, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
McConnell, he's his dad's son, isn't he? His dad, a very successful high school coach in Pennsylvania, taught him the game. Reflection of his day. He can always tell a coach's son. Here comes Brunson inside into Shepard. And the rebound by Bradley. The best rebounding center, they tell us. From the words of their head coach on this team, McConnell driving in. McBride is on him. McBride limited first half with foul trouble. There's a turnover. .240 to go here in the third.
New York needs to try to get this down under 10 here going into the fourth.
To me, they're just hanging around. I think they're in a good spot because of number 11, who has struggled offensively but can come alive at any moment.
Bridges puts on the brakes. That fadeaway there. Toppin lassos the loose ball. And McConnell, Shepard a screen. Brunson will defend. McConnell with 12 off the bench.
Offensive foul rolled right into him if you're Bradley. Didn't have to do it.
Bradley picks up number 2 for Indiana.
All he had to do was stop right here. That was it.
Brunson was going under on the screen, and Bradley just kept rolling.
Landry Shamet is checked back in for the Knicks. Bridges out. And McBride. McConnell will defend, and a 2 from McBride. Deuce.
That's his first shot of the night, let alone his first bucket.
And McBride has put in 9 and 5 points respectively in the first 2 games. Nembhard to Toppin. Hard picks up Nembhard. Screen by Shepard. Here's the switch, and down low, Shamet will watch Toppin. Shot clock at 1. Backpedaling foul. It's on Indiana and on Obi Toppin, the former Knick.
Siakam's going to come back in for Toppin.
And Knicks hanging around here, looking for a little bit of life. Andrew Shamet defensively helping them out. DeLon Wright getting ready to check in here for Jalen Brunson.
Interesting to bring him in on an offensive possession. I understand wanting to get Brunson out with 4 fouls at the end of the quarter, but who's going to score the ball in this group for New York?
By the way, Neesmith has just come out from the locker room, is sitting on the bench moments ago. McBride will drive and foul with the foul on McConnell.
And there's my answer. Deuce McBride will score. Wow, I don't know.
So here's Deuce McBride. High school quarterback at famed Moeller High in Cincinnati. Tonight from Indianapolis, Indiana, which is the center of the sports universe today. The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Bacardi Rums. Do what moves you. Indy 500 earlier today. The winner is here. In fact, a lot of the racers have stayed in town. 2-2 for McBride.
Here we go.
And he said hanging around, Ray.
Hanging around. The Knicks cut it down to 11 here. You're asking who's going to score for the Knicks. Who's going to score here for the Pacers? Siakam just checked back in.
McConnell drives hard, tries to Pierce, knocked away Robinson. It's picked up by Hart, 3-on-2. Right the other way, scoops it to Shamet.
That's great transition defense by the Pacers.
McBride again. Right. Got him late in the season, started about 5 games, and there were some injuries to guys like McBride. Here is a 3. Got it. Uh-oh.
Down to 8.
It's a 7-0 run by New York.
Well, Deuce McBride's a guy who can get it going. Plays with great confidence. They've given him great freedom.
Knicks have a foul to give. And the survey from McConnell.
Offensive foul. Mathurin has been so bad in this series for the Pacers.
And he was so good all year.
He was. McBride has come off the bench and energized New York on this 7-0 run, all authored by Deuce McBride.
Also, too, Landry Shamet. I thought Shamet defensively has been good for New York.
New York will probably look to go 2 for 1 here.
McBride now they're playing Twister on the floor. Comes out. Nimhard gets it. McConnell the other way. There's a difference of 2 seconds. The game clock and shot clock winding down the third. Mathurin inside. Wow, what a find. Turner is there.
Can't give up a 3 right here.
Here comes Hart through traffic outside. McBride 3. No. But the Knicks come back and trail by 10 and end the quarter on a 7-2 run.
The Knicks have had this happen a few times in the series. Lack of communication, total confusion. And the Pacers' running game has been great.
The 2025 NBA playoffs are presented on TNT by Google.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
I must really enjoy playing with toilets.
Weird. Let's explain how we got here. Clorox did an experiment measuring people's brain waves and found that petting puppies feels pretty good.
Oh my goodness, hello?
Not surprising, but you know what feels even better? Cleaning a toilet.
Really?
For him, it did.
That is crazy.
Whoa. And for these participants, clean felt better than getting a massage, playing video games, and getting their nails done. Rethink what makes you feel good.
How should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved date night.
Do you know the words memento mori? It means remember death. Remember, you must die.
Mom?
Remember, you must die.
The Eastern Conference Finals on TNT, presented by AT&T from downtown Indianapolis. The Pacers have led by 20. They lead by 10 going to the fourth, and moments ago, Allie LaForce caught up with their backup guard, T.J. McConnell.
Well, TJ, both teams have overcome big deficits so far in this series. How do you get the team from getting too high or getting too low and staying focused here?
Yeah, just calm waters, like you said. I feel like I sped up a little bit too much and got kind of, spurred our team to go in a little bit of a rut. So that's on me. We just got to be better and stay calm throughout the runs.
What's been critical defensively to keep Jalen Brunson from being himself, and do you have another quarter in you for it?
Yeah, like I said, he's a great player. You're not going to shut him down. He's got to make things difficult. You got to continue to do that.
Thanks, DJ.
Hart with a big offensive rebound. Towns will cash in with the three.
That's a second three we've seen tonight from New York off of offensive rebounds. And the best effort play we've seen from Hart all night.
You can see with a lead after three, Indiana 6-0 in these playoffs. Indiana up 2 games to none. McConnell inside, faced the double. Shot clock at 3. Turner's got a foul and shoved as he fired. With 3.1 on the shot clock.
This is the Josh Hart we've seen throughout these playoffs.
That is exactly.
Offensive rebounding, getting it out, finding.
Even Walt Frazier said the other night, the longtime Knick, not only broadcast, but clearly a Hall of Famer when he played for the great Knick teams. He said Josh Hart is the heart and soul of this team, but his numbers have been a little bit off.
Yeah, and he even talked about with Allie that he didn't bring great energy in game 2 like he normally does, and hasn't done a lot tonight until that.
Except that rebound, right.
And maybe that's what, if you're Coach Thibodeau, you were thinking about in the coaching change. Why you go with Robinson and maybe light a fire under Josh Hart coming off the bench.
You saw over there looking at plays, trying to see some defensive schemes that he can attack. Brunson getting a breather. Turner 2 of 2 from the line. Nimhard out. Shepard is in.
All the Knicks need to do is continue to fight here. Right now they have this thing within striking distance.
Shannon, hard foul. Mathurin up top on the floor. Sprawling is Miles McBride.
Shepard with the shove there.
It is the 4th on Shepard.
Well, it happens all the time when they're going to switch. They always try to push that screener up. A lot of times you get away with that.
So it's McBride right inbounding to Towns, Hart, and Shannon.
Wants to jab and shoot a 3.
Towns into Turner and across the lane with the spin.
Good move there by the big cat.
9.
And a quick 5 for him here in this 4th.
No word yet on Neesmith if he's coming back in. McConnell hard to the hole. And picked up by Towns.
And you have numbers if you want him with McConnell on the backside.
From behind. What a pass. Towns into the cutting right. Timeout taken Indiana. Here they come.
Sometimes effort and hard work is all that matters. Nice pass here by Towns. 14-4 run for the Knicks.
At my last job, I was working across several different groups. Let me practice that one again.
When you're ready, tell me about the job that taught you the most.
Okay. It was a role where I worked long hours with a small team. I did a lot of multitasking and negotiating. One more book.
This job description you shared also mentions collaboration.
Right. I'm at my best when I'm collaborating. I don't always have all the answers. But I get the job done, no matter how long it takes.
All right, last question. When it comes to work, what motivates you?
I guess knowing that people can depend on me. And knowing I can depend on them too.
That's a great answer. Sounds like you're ready.
Hey, James. Thanks for joining us.
It's good to see you all. Been looking forward to talking.
It's time. Pick up.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
All right, bud. You ready?
They've killed hundreds of us.
And we've killed thousands of them. Watch out!
Everything we know about dragons is wrong. Who's a good boy? Yeah? Is that the spot?
How to Train Your Dragon. Rated PG. In theaters June 13th. Get tickets now. And Doug.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a Doug. And that's a Limu.
Okay, I'm gonna putt now.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you putt.
Oh!
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
Oh no, Limu! Cards!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You found it then.
Of course I did. Good boy.
Applebee's All You Can Eat is back, featuring the chicken tenders you've always loved, plus double crunch shrimp and riblets, all served unlimited for just $15.99, only at Applebee's.
Hold on to your dice. Money, power, friendship. Let's go!
Download Monopoly Go and play the new Star Wars event today.
Welcome back to Indianapolis. Taking a look at our Google search trends for tonight. A lot of it dealing with this rivalry, which Rick Smits has been a part of, Patrick Ewing has been a part of, Travis Best was sitting in there. We saw him.
Boy, what a big-time matchup in the middle between Big Patrick Ewing and Rick Smits. Those were some fun times.
Knicks have never won a playoff game in this building, which opened in 2000.
I'm liking how they're playing right now. This is the energy and effort that we've been waiting on.
Shepard inside. Hart knocked it away. Another big play by Hart. McBride to Hart. Back to McBride. Trailing Towns by Turner and Hard to the hole. It is a three-point game.
And in this fourth quarter, it's been all the big cat. Off the dribble once again. There's the contact from the backside from Turner. What a bucket here. And fourth.
Turner, yep, fourth on Turner.
But again, and we've said it with Indiana when they've gone on their runs, all being keyed by New York's defense down there. Hart with the steal on the entry pass to Siakam, gets him out in transition. Indiana never able to get their defense set.
The defense of the Knicks have ratcheted things tighter, tighten the screws. Towns can't complete the three-point play. Down goes Shepard. They call it jump ball. They call it jump ball.
And McBride did a Neesmith. He started from behind the three-point line and snuck all the way in on that missed free throw
Great
by
hustle.
Karl Anthony Towns. Absolutely. No one blocked him out.
This is the closest it's been since the second quarter. New York is on a 16-4 run after trailing by 20. Indiana has hit one field goal the last 5 minutes, and they get the tip. And it's Shamet controlling for the Knicks. McBride, three, rebound, Turner.
Well, why not? He's McBride doing a little bit of everything out here. And this, they're buying a lot of rest for Jalen Brunson.
And Bridges and Anunoby all on the bench resting right now. Turner cutting Siakam, double.
Look at the defense.
Look at the defense is right. Oh, what a shot. Siakam.
The swarmy Knicks defense here. Little fadeaway from Siakam. Contact down low. What a big bucket. Siakam, the Game 2 hero with those 39 points. That was a huge two right there.
Josh Hart just picked up his third for the Knicks, and Anunoby's going to check in for Shamet.
Well, and Josh Hart, that's the second foul he's had here. He had the one on Turner where he's just pushing guys down low instead of contesting up top. Bad fouls.
Five-point game, Knicks with the ball. And Brunson is still resting. Hart has caught a bit of fire here.
Get the ball to Karl Anthony Towns.
He's got it, and Siakam's on him. Towns in, up, off, foul. Send him to the line.
Can't believe Siakam wanted him to challenge that. Fouled him 3 times on the possession.
Karl Anthony Towns at the free throw line for the New York Knicks. And tonight, 0 of 1, 11 points, 9 rebounds in 24 minutes. Stands up there. But it's been the defense of the Knicks which has brought them to within 4. They've really communicated.
Keep working. Do not let up. Hey, you go get shooter. You go get shooter. I'm here by myself. I'm good. I'm good. Work. Work. Come on. Player. Switch. 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 Do not let up. Come on.
Robinson, who started tonight, our State Farm audio assist. 3 minutes gone here in the 4th.
That is great last line of communication there by Robinson.
Halliburton fakes and feeds. Nimhard back in. Makes a move, the bump into Hart, and a foul.
That's 3 fouls on Hart.
That's 4 on Hart.
4 on Hart, yeah.
Stan, what'd you think about the move as we're here now deep into this game? 3 quarters gone, but the moves the Knicks have made and just how they have played tonight with their bench getting more of a role and just kind of a change of pace from what we've seen.
Well, look, their bench, McBride and DeLon Wright, Shamet, those guys, you look at the numbers, they've all been positives for the Knicks.
Brunson back in. Wright is gone. McBride is out. Bridges is in.
And again, the free throw rose here for the Pacers, going 1 of 2 there by Nimhard.
Here is Brunson. Towns, quick 3. Turner there. Count.
Got it on locked right now.
1-point game after being down by 20. 16 for Towns. 12 in the 4th.
Knicks defense here in this second half has been spectacular.
Turner, 3. Towns, close. Rebound, Hart.
Well, this is the lineup that Tom Thibodeau has leaned on all year. Has not been great in the playoffs. In fact, it's been the worst 5-man lineup in the league in the playoffs.
Bridges double, Towns cutting, and jackhammers. And New York's got the lead. What a comeback.
How about the back cut there by Cat? Here's the 3, little step back. Turner a little late, rotating out. What a finish here. And this crowd here.
What about these 24 comebacks by New York?
We saw it in game 1, game 2 on the road in Boston.
First lead since the first quarter for New York.
I told you, I didn't like how they ended, the Pacers, how they ended that first half. They had that 20-point lead, and everyone was singing and dancing in the aisles. And the Knicks cut it to 13.
Karl Anthony Towns, 15 points in the 4th quarter. Shot, Halliburton, 3, good.
Great answer right there.
A needed answer. Here's the thing, the guy with the ball. He's been so good in the 4th quarter in these playoffs, and he struggled tonight.
They got Turner on Brunson. Halliburton was on Hart. Hart will curl, drive, fire, rebound, Nimhard. Siakam a screen, Halliburton a 3. Towns the rebound. Brunson the outlet. Towns has got 10 rebounds. Brunson hard inside on the fly. Got it to go.
To me, I think, that could be an offensive foul. Wow,
It's going to be Brunson's 5th. This one might be a challenge.
I would challenge this one.
They are telling him to challenge.
I would challenge this.
It's his 5th. Yeah, I would definitely challenge that.
There's a conversation with the officials right now.
Well, they're going to take it side out of bounds, though.
Well, they say he
Now
didn't have
they're
to
going to
gather.
challenge.
Timeout taken, 7:03 to go. Knicks now lead by 1 on TNT.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
Are you pregnant?
What? We're gonna be the best uncles ever.
We will face this together as a family.
We will protect you.
This car?
Fill up on all the good stuff at Subway. All your faves packed with tons of crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great bread, great meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it, people. Order now on the Subway app.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network. Staying close with your college besties, not guaranteed.
What's up? I wish we played together forever. Hey, Dante. Catch.
A connection means something. That's why with AT&T, we'll proactively make it right with a credit for a full day service if there is a network interruption. That's the AT&T guarantee.
This may look like a walk in the park, but because of my dad's PTSD, he couldn't leave our house before getting Bailey. Thank you, Dog Chow, for helping more veterans like my dad get a life-changing PTSD service dog.
Today was 4 months, and they never even found a body.
This business with the missing kids. Do I need to be concerned?
There's something bad. Gary.
In the playoffs at NBA TV, we give more so you get more. Need more time on the clock?
He's a machine, man.
One more rep. No days off.
Halliburton hits. Meeting's over. Leave it.
Welcome to the playoffs, y'all.
Yo, I need more than this.
Is this enough?
Get more in the playoffs of NBA TV.
Coach, you and I, we don't agree with this one. Unsuccessful challenge here by Coach Thibodeau in the Knicks. That's the 5th foul on Brunson.
And Brunson is out, and McBride is in.
More importantly, look who's back on the floor here. Aaron Nesmith for the Pacers. Remember, he rolled that ankle in the 3rd.
Turner's out, Nesmith in, Shepard out, and Bradley is in. Both teams in the bonus.
Oh, Nesmith is moving here.
Emhard, Nesmith into Hart. Sets, and picked up by Towns. Towns has had a big 4th quarter, takes it into Bradley and puts up the shot. Rebound Siakam.
With all Anthony Towns, your eyes have to be lining up with Tony Bradley guarding you, but you got to get to a better spot than that.
It's Halliburton in a nest of defenders. Rebound by Towns. Hart cutting McBride. Nesmith on him. And 6.5 to go here in the 4th. Long 3. Towns, no.
Towns shoots some deep ones early.
Yeah, but he can make them, though. Those are good looks. Pacers offense not flowing like it was in that first half.
They're shooting 48%. Siakam. Big shot by Siakam.
I think that's who's going to have to carry him here down the stretch, Coach.
I do not like letting Siakam go to that left hand and right shoulder.
9 lead changes, 7 ties. New York has led by as many as 5. Indiana has led by as many as 20. Hard charging Towns. And Bradley will get tangled up with them. With 5:46 to go in the game, taking a look at the upcoming playoff schedule. On ESPN, Western Conference Finals continue in the Twin Cities with a Game 4 after Minnesota's big win over the Thunder last night. Oklahoma City's lead now 2-1. And Tuesday we'll be back here in downtown Indy. Eastern Conference Finals Game 4. The Knicks and the Pacers, 8 o'clock Eastern. And for more, go to NBA.com or the app. At the line, Towns. 3 of 4 from the line, all in this quarter. And a double-double with 19 and 12.
To me, he has spearheaded this comeback for the Knicks.
Turner back in for Bradley.
Remember, he was on the bench in Game 2 for a long stretch. And the Pacers extended that lead.
Began the broadcast saying that no team has come back from a 3-0 deficit in the playoffs in the NBA. And the Knicks are down 2 games to none. The importance of this game cannot be emphasized enough for New York. 17 points in this fourth quarter for Karl Anthony Towns. Nimhard got the screen from Siakam. Neesmith is picked up by Harden. Shot clock is down to 6. It's Siakam against the smaller McBride. Towns with another rebound. He's got 13 with Harden control. Brunson on the bench with 5 fouls.
Gonna ride the hot hand here of Cat.
Towns 3. Good! What a shot!
Well, you talked about those being bad shots. He can knock those down.
He can make those, but I just don't like the ones where he's standing on the low guy.
A 20-point fourth quarter for All-Star Karl Anthony Towns of the Knicks.
Rain, make it, rain, girl, make it.
You again. Everybody's loving that Grubhub deal with Prime, huh?
Amazon Prime member, you can get $0 delivery fees on Grubhub. Go to Amazon.com/Grubhub, activate your free Grubhub Plus membership, and start ordering with $0 delivery fees on Grubhub for top restaurants and your go-to spots. Eligible orders only. Terms and additional fees apply.
Should we just not carpool?
I can control the radio.
Never mind.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What did she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC?
We actually sold the twins' naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
If you need a tan, I'm your man.
We do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Karl Anthony Towns, we're talking about the big cat putting the Knicks on his shoulders, getting whatever he wants here. How about this step back 3? The little back cut finish and 1 over Nimhard. How impressive is this? Over 2 Pacers. Step back 3 to put the Knicks up 4.
To stand for the people turning in late, how has New York come back from a 20-point deficit to take this lead of 4?
2 things. Their defense has been the best it's been the entire series, and Karl Anthony Towns.
Brunson on the bench, 5 fouls. Here comes McBride, who's given them a jolt in this fourth quarter. 7 points. Early foul trouble, had to sit on the bench, but he's back in. And he has it here, controlling, and Towns on top, playing with a lot of confidence. Turner will defend. Towns in tight.
Oh, we're going to call a travel. That's a late travel there by Scott Foster.
Karl Anthony Towns wants a challenge.
Well,
First of all, you don't have a challenge. Nope. And you can't challenge the travel. But other than that, it was a good idea.
Coach, Coach, who's going to score here for Indiana? I mean, their offense in disarray here in the second half.
Well, they've got their starters on the floor. Bridges and Siakam. Siakam shot. Oh, a big one.
Gotta ride him.
When Siakam gets to his right shoulder turn, he's almost automatic down there. It's McBride, and Nimhard will defend. Bridges picked up by Neesmith. A shove and a foul.
Neesmith. This sends Bridges to the free throw line.
On this, I think you've got to put Siakam up to the free throw line to the middle. You can't let him get back to that right shoulder. And then that's a foul there. Neesmith very aggressive getting over screens, which has been outstanding for him.
First free throws. Sorry, Coach. First free throws by Bridges here of the game. Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Download the app today for the latest scores, latest highlights, and behind-the-scenes access to all the drama of the NBA playoffs. Bridges there, lead is 3, 4 to play in the fourth. And he goes 2 of 2, draining both with the 5 fouls on Brunson. Halliburton. Getting a screen from Turner once, twice. As he jab steps in there, and it's off to Neesmith. Anunoby there.
Good D there.
It is. Defense has changed for the Knicks. Neesmith pulls his way and knocked away. Swatted away by Anunoby. Shot clock at 2.8.
I mean, that is absolute excellent defense. One-on-one there by OG on Neesmith.
Neesmith tried to bully Anunoby. That's not going to work.
It's Turner over Towns. Shot clock violation.
New York
Bad
defensively,
possession. Bad
it has just changed tonight here from about the midpoint
And
of
the snap
the
of
third
a finger,
quarter.
right?
Yeah,
Blink of an eye.
Well, to me, it really started the last 2 to 3 minutes of that second quarter.
And that's
they
a
got it
great
from
point.
20 to 13. Told you guys, I didn't like the energy by the Pacers.
Reggie, they went on a 10-3 run to end the second quarter. You're right. In fact, the Knicks have closed the last 2 quarters with runs. It's in, it's high. McBride saves it, and Anunoby can't get it. It was deflected out of bounds. It's off Indiana. Shot clock at 7.
And they're wanting to challenge that one. And we'll see if Rick Carlisle will use. He's only got one left.
Timeout. And I believe that is the case.
Yeah, that is.
Yep, they will challenge.
Well, here's the thing. Did Neesmith touch it as it was going out? Hard to tell from that angle, Coach.
Seeking. The unsatisfied, emotional, defiant. Those who take things personally. Seeking. Exceptional people to do exceptional things. Seeking. Those who won't rest until there's enough of the medicine they make for everyone who needs it.
This is Roundup Dual Action. This stuff doesn't just kill existing weeds down to the root. It keeps working for up to 4 months, from the first days of spring to the 4th day of July. From summer beach days to pumpkin spice lattes. From sweltering days to sweater weather days. Roundup Dual Action kills existing weeds and keeps on working for up to 4 months. That's 120 days of days. Guaranteed or your money back. Roundup Dual Action. This stuff works.
Now coming up after this Game 3 inside the NBA. Get a behind-the-scenes look at the 2024-25 season of Inside the NBA with Going Inside, presented by American Express, premiering after Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Of course, that'll be on Tuesday. And here is the challenge and the outcome. He didn't touch it, did he?
He did not. And successful challenge. We are now done with challenges for the night. As that was Indiana's second and last, and New York lost theirs.
The last 12 minutes, the Knicks have outscored them 33-14. Here's a shot by Halliburton.
That was a huge possession and bucket here. Now let's see if Indiana can reset their defense.
Backcourt pressure there once again, McBride.
Coach, you're a little surprised he didn't come back with Jalen Brunson doing that, even with those 5 fouls.
McBride rocketing to the rim with a foul. 2:51 to go in regulation.
Yeah, but they don't have any challenges.
Yeah, everybody they're signaling the challenge, but there are none left. So Deuce McBride will shoot 2 free throws.
That's close.
That McBride will be at the line, 2 of 2 tonight. 4 of 5 in game 1. Didn't take a free throw in game 2. And tonight, he has now hit all 3 of his free throws to give the Knicks a 3-point lead.
How good has he been in the second half? Remember, he picked up those 3 early fouls and really was a non-factor in that first half.
He plays fast, doesn't he? My goodness.
Well, this group has played very well in New York. Tom Thibodeau the other night stuck with the lineup that he thought was playing well and didn't play Towns. He may be leaving Jalen Brunson on the bench.
Knicks have been lights out of the line, 13 of 14 this half, shooting free throws with another whistle.
That's Towns, that's number 5.
Miles Turner to the line.
Where he has struggled in these playoffs. And actually, this is a good foul.
Towns number 5, Brunson on the bench with 5, Turner at the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers.
Coach, I understand Thibs sometimes can be a little hard-headed. I'm bringing back Brunson. I got to have my guy on the floor here with 2:42 left.
Well, and I'm surprised he hasn't, because I don't know if there's a coach in the league that believes in a guy more than Tom Thibodeau believes in Jalen Brunson. It's our 3rd straight game in this series coming down to the wire.
First 2 games were decided by a total of 8 points, both for the Pacers.
We've played 146 minutes in this series, and they're separated by 6 points.
Just amazing. It's Towns again, the fake on Turner, the drive, and the collision. Indiana grabs the loose ball.
Brunson will now be going to the scorer's table.
A little drag action here.
It's Turner, Halliburton.
Good rotations by New York to cover.
Halliburton, Nimhard. They'll try to tie. Nope, they go around the horn. This is for the lead from Turner. And a rebound by Towns.
Excellent block out there by OG on Siakam.
15 rebounds for Towns. Bridges on the baseline. Coming the other way, knocked away. Siakam, here's a 3. McBride, no. Rebound, Turner. Another chance for Indiana. The other way, Siakam pushed, foul. Anunoby.
We are seeing some rim protection here, Coach.
I mean, this is just excellent. He gets by Turner, but Siakam comes
on the backside
and gets a block. And then New York with just terrible transition defense. Towns should have picked up Siakam. Anunoby had to run by him and ends up with a foul. Siakam shooting under 70% in the playoffs from the free throw line.
And 1 of 3 tonight, and 0 of 1 in the quarter. Brunson in. McBride will leave for New York. He's won a finals. Personally decorated as a player in this league. And a big free throw here to try to tie it. With the ball. 19 points, 5 of 15. Neesmith on him. Towns a screen. And Brunson inside. And Bridges couldn't find the handle, but it was off of Indiana. New York's ball, 8 seconds on the shot clock.
But where you're taking the ball out, they call that coffin corner. Very difficult to get the ball in. in situations like this.
It's Brunson. That shot clock is low. Driving inside on Neesmith and got the teardrop to go down. Wow. 21 for Jalen Brunson. It's Halliburton. And Brunson is out there on him. Screen, Turner. Towns is on Halliburton. Neesmith on the move and will let it fly. Hart with the rebound.
That's a man's rebound right there by Hart in traffic.
He's come alive on the glass.
He's come alive in this second half. Hit Brunson going downhill.
Neesmith on Brunson. Works his way hard inside. Stripped to the ball, out of bounds, off Indiana. Shot clock at 3.5.
Well, there's nothing easy coming in the end of this game. This is a tough shot by Brunson going to the right hand. Back with the left runner. 3.5 seconds on the shot clock right now.
Off to Bridges. Into Brunson. Short. Shot clock violation. Indiana's ball. 37 seconds to go in regulation.
And Indiana, they only have one timeout left. He doesn't want to use it. Looks like
they want to get Mitchell Robinson in the game for defense, plus Towns has 5 fouls.
So, Coach,
if Brunson's got 5 and he's on the bench now.
If you're Coach Carlisle, are you thinking about a 2-for-1 situation here or best shot available to tie this?
I like pushing to see if you can get a 2-for-1, but not just taking one of those 2 bad shots for 1. Mitchell Robinson's got to get up.
Halliburton driving and cutting. Turner for the lead. Rebound flying inside, and a foul called, and down goes Hart.
And that was another great rebound for Josh Hart. This is not just standing and hoping it comes in your area.
He's got 8 rebounds.
Watch this effort on the glass.
Oh, in and out shot there by Turner. You're right. That's a back-to-back man rebound there by Hart.
Well, it's the best thing he does. He's the leading perimeter rebounder in the NBA.
Hart is up and walking. New York this half from the free throw line, 13 of 14. And Hart at the line is 2 of 2.
Well, and Tom Thibodeau can have both Brunson and Towns on the bench because he's got 2 timeouts left to be able to bring them back into the game if Indiana scores a bucket here to tie or even just to cut the lead to 1, depending on what Hart does here.
Hart did not start tonight, but he has played 34 minutes, and his rebounding late in the game has been huge. And a couple of beauties right there.
Two big ones. Free throws.
4-point game.
Gotta go quick.
Halliburton with Bridges defending. Setting up. There's a whistle.
Yeah, but if
9.7.
But if
Are
you're
you
the Knicks,
kidding?
You'll live with that if you're the Knicks, though, because this is only 2 versus 3. So now you send Halliburton.
Yeah, I understand, but I'd rather have no call, and I don't get this. The way they have called the game throughout the playoffs and tonight.
Oh, you're saying
that's
the
a
foul
foul?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a foul?
Halliburton at the line, 2 of 2. The foul went on Bridges. That is his second.
That's a foul in the 2025 playoffs?
Bridges can't believe it as well.
What have I been watching that would make that a foul call?
19 for Halliburton. Perfect at the line, 3 of 3.
And you assume here New York's going to call a timeout.
They're going to call a timeout and advance the ball.
And down. And it's a 2-point game and a timeout taken with 9.7 left in regulation. Well, guys, set this up. New York will have it.
Well, we know one of the hardest things to do at the end of games is inbound the ball with the lead, and this Indiana team's been really good in these situations. The good thing for New York, they still have one timeout left, so if they can't get it in on this first attempt, they can get another attempt.
Extending the series is everything obviously for New York. If you get the ball in, then it comes about focus. Getting to the line and knocking down. They've been great tonight from the free throw line. 23 of 26, and then you're hoping, if you're the Pacers, for some luck, like they got in games 1 and 2 with missed free throws.
I'll tell you what, though, what a series this has been.
Yes.
Every game has come right down to the wire, where we're talking about these same situations. Inbounding, do you foul, do you not foul?
And if you're the New York, if you get to 1,003.5, if you can't get the ball in, you got to use up that last timeout.
Well, you got your smartest guy inbounding. Brunson is usually the Knicks inbounder.
So Brunson is out there with Hart, Anunoby, Towns, and Bridges.
No, they're going to go the other way with Bridges inbounding.
Bridges will inbound. On the ball will be Halliburton. New York by 2. Cutting Brunson. And quickly fouled with 8.1 left in regulation.
What a great inbound play right here. You got Brunson getting the ball going downhill. And now you have your best player at the line.
And the Knicks have just been terrific at the line. Overall, 23 of 26. But they've made their last 11 consecutive free throws. And Brunson's been perfect at the line. 9 of 9 now. And 22 points. With Robinson coming in for Towns.
Well, one of the reasons they didn't win game 1 is they missed free throws down the stretch. They went 1 of 2, 3 times in that last 4 minutes of that game.
Indiana led by 20 points. And the Knicks have come back. And they use most of the second half to do it. Closing the last 2 quarters with runs. Indiana led by 15, 78 to 63, late in the third.
I really liked New York's defense in the second half, and then obviously Karl Anthony Towns was outstanding.
Big fourth quarter. Brunson trying to make it a 4-point lead. Indiana timeout, 8.1 to go.
I mean, think about where this series was. Indiana up 2-0, up 20 points late in the second quarter. You know, it couldn't have looked a whole lot worse for the New York Knicks. And right now, this will be a tough game for New York to lose.
The Knicks were on the brink.
They certainly were.
In a state that knows something here about it being on the brink.
Well, but I'll tell you what, the one thing you've got to give the Knicks all year, you guys certainly saw it in that Boston series. This is a very resilient
Absolutely.
team.
And I said this too. Even going back to the mid-90s, the New York Knicks, they've always played well on the road. It's something about when they're at home in the Garden, but when they're on the road, they lock in, they're focused.
We've seen it too many times, and we've seen it in these playoffs.
And to me, how they closed that second quarter going into half, to me, that set the tone for them in the second half.
It's just a great point, because people look at a lot of those stretches and think they're meaningless. Well, you're still down 13 at the half. But right now, every point going. And we're going to see Indiana with the same alignment we saw the other night, where everybody starts in the backcourt, and they're going to try to get something going on the run. And they're going to zone this up back here. Look at New York. But you've got to do a great job communicating so that you don't leave anybody open.
Neymar to inbound. It's Siakam, doubled, fires, 3, no, rebound, Hart! Who else? Hart got it, 2.6, fouled on the play.
mean, give Josh Hart a lot of credit because we were talking at halftime about how Josh Hart just didn't seem to be the same guy, hadn't done a lot. His rebounding down the stretch has been huge. He made clutch free throws. This is a huge win for New York.
Gigantic win for New York.
But again, like we said with Indiana, New York now will go to 6-1 on the road in the playoffs. They're only 3-5 in Madison Square Garden.
Knicks have now made 14 consecutive free throws.
How about the concentration on the road, right? Coming into a hostile environment.
They've never won a playoff game in this building. 0-9 coming in.
Well, and think about this. Last year, now, obviously, it was as the home team, but New York won the first 2 games of the series. Indiana came back and won it. So 2-0 leads, not insurmountable.
Nimhard will fire. And closing quarters, a huge part of the New York Knicks win in this big Game 3. They were down 2 games to none, losing both at home, but go on the road, down by 20, and win, coming from behind, 106-100. Reggie, you went back to this at the end of the second quarter, a 10-3 run by New York to close the second. They closed the third 7-2. They closed the game on an 8-2 run, and they hit their free throws. Let's go to Allie LaForce.
Well, Kat, how big is that weight that's been lifted off your shoulder after tonight?
I mean, anytime you can win, it's a good feeling. So, down 2-0, finding a way to win tonight should raise our confidence and raise the morale of the team.
Well, there was a stretch in Game 2 where you didn't get minutes. How did you refocus mentally to be such a massive contributor in that fourth quarter with a 20-point quarter for yourself?
When I got a chance tonight, to do what I do in the fourth, I made sure I was going to seize the opportunity. And, I just wanted to go out there and give our team a chance to win. So I'm just happy I was able to do that.
This was also the second time that the team went through a huge stretch without Brunson, and they put together an incredible winning performance. And what did you see from the entire unit with Brunson on the bench in both of those?
Grit and continuity. This team is special. That locker room is special. I think, for us to have the grittiness that we have, it's because of the characters and the personalities and the sacrifice everyone in that locker room is willing to make.
Thanks, Kat. We'll see you
Hey, shout out to Dominicans, man, on Dominican Mother Day, man.
There you go. Good work, Kat.
New York wins it. I'm looking at you two guys, and you're stunned. I'll begin with you, Stan. Quickly, some comments on what we saw on a 20-point come from behind, 6-point New York Knicks win.
Well, I thought the Knicks defense was great, and they made their run again, largely without Jalen Brunson. Now, he came back in and finished it, but they made that run on the back of Karl Anthony Towns.
And if you're Rick Carlisle, you're going to have to look at the second half and your offense. I thought you talked about the Knicks defense stepping up. You're going to have to find adjustments with that pressure and try to get some more easy ones for Indiana.
I'd like to thank our great tape room on this playoff journey with us. Andrew Siegel, Lisa Rodriguez, Gary Erickson, Leslie Katz, Tony Smith, Nick Franklin, Trey Dixon, John LaCrofka. And for Allie LaForce and Stan Van Gundy and Reggie Miller, we say good night. From Indianapolis, you've been watching TNT, home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
There's a reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right?
Yeah.
Because it's dirt bike.
Gas stations. Whew.
You gotta start at the top and work your way down. You want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot rodder!
This is the Western Conference Finals.
Ooh, look out!
Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and the Timberwolves are returning to the conference finals, ready to take the next step.
Anthony Edwards scrapes the sky.
But all season long, Shea, Chet, and the Thunder have proved they're the big dogs. The strength of a pack, the roar of thunder. You don't want to miss this.
Oh my goodness!
Under Timberwolves, tomorrow on ESPN.
The world is in danger. Our mission, find dangerous artifacts and bring them to the one place we can keep them safe. The library.
The Librarians 2-night premiere event starts tonight after playoffs coverage on TNT. Set your DVR now.
We need samples from living dinosaurs.
That's kind of our specialty.
Let's go!
Jurassic World. Rated PG-13.
3 courses for just $19.99. That is a big deal.
Your Uncle Joey was a big deal in 1999.
Oh boy. How about we just enjoy the shrimp?
The new 3-course shrimp sensation. Super salad, shrimp app, and shrimp entree for just $19.99. Only at
You know, when I said after game 1, I'd take 7 of these in this series, I didn't really think it was going to happen that way. But we've got 3 in the books, and all 3 have been dynamite. Here on TNT, the Knicks avoid a 3-0 hole with a 20-point comeback and a 106-100 win here in Indiana. And they go to 6-1 on the road in this postseason in a time they absolutely had to have it. Welcome, everybody, inside the NBA, presented by Kia, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. This is another one of these games that just defied description. And Karl Anthony Towns, huge fourth quarter, but there were lots of contributions from guys who don't get a lot of run for New York.
The Knicks actually played a bench, and they played well. I mean, it was unbelievable. First of all, congratulations to the Knicks. But I got to say, if you just look at just common sense, the Pacers only scored 42 points in the second half. 42 points in the second half. The Knicks scored 36 in the fourth quarter. When this game, we talk about it, beginning of series, the Pacers they're not going to beat them if they play in a half-court game. The half-court offense is not that good. They have to get out and run. Kudos to the Knicks, but the Pacers, man, they played an awful second half. They thought they didn't give the Knicks any credit for being resilient. They did not play in the second half.
And I'm happy for Cat for sticking with it. Only had 4 points in the first half, and then had 20 in that fourth quarter. He just woke up. He played well. The Knicks continue to fight, and that's why they were able to get the win tonight.
Well, for me, the second quarter, with 45 seconds to go, the Knicks were down 18. They go on a 5-0 run without their best players on the floor. To me, that was the difference. They kept the game manageable. At 13, the game becomes manageable, and then the ability to play and to trust that you can play well without Jalen Brunson on the floor. The Knicks were plus 12. That means they were positive 12 without Jalen Brunson on the floor tonight. They trusted their bench. Can they win a series with him not on the floor? No. But can they play well without him? You have to trust it. It worked tonight, and congratulations.
Yeah, but also, Kenny, I'm hoping this is a wake-up call for Brunson. Like, yo, man, you're going to have to get off the ball. They've had their 2 best spurts in this series, game 1 and today. They've had their best while everybody's getting involved. He has to learn from that and get off the ball a little bit more.
TK, we're going to do a highlight, or all right, let's do it. We're attempting to talk to Jalen Brunson about this Knick win. Alex Palou, Indy 500 winner, about 7 miles from here this afternoon. And in attendance tonight here at the Field House, Mitchell Robinson into the starting lineup, had 6 points in the first quarter.
You know, the lineup change, I don't think had anything to do with this game.
TJ McConnell.
Give those guys on the bench for the Knicks credit, too, for being ready.
No, the first half, the Pacers were running and gunning, got the crowd to the game, which enabled them to get that 20-point lead.
At this point, 44-35, and here they come. Look at Obi. The lead now double digits, and they start to pour it on. Alley-oop to Obi.
Look at these.
Halliburton for 3. 53 to 35.
Down 18, 3 minutes to go. Make it, not down 18. I'm sorry.
Down 20.
Down 20. Oops.
But those are fast break points. They didn't get any of those.
Here's the deal. 14-0 fast break in the first half. They had 2 fast break points in the second half. Indiana.
Underdog gave me another nugget, Ernie, that says it all. They outscored the Pacers bench 15-4, which is like crazy in the second half.
Oh, Siakam there, 15-point game midway through the third quarter.
Midway through the third quarter, you really felt that the momentum was going the right way, but then all of a sudden Neesmith gets hurt. Kind of took a little bit of momentum, but they were still up enough points in a comfortable lead.
Yeah, they were up 10 at the end of the third quarter, if I remember correctly.
They were. You'll see that in just a moment. Here again, though, the high wire act with Toppin.
59-74. This game, you got to close out.
Got to close out at home.
You got to, but you can't. Not if you're just walking the ball up and down the court like they had to.
Yeah, chance to take a 3-0 lead in this series. 10-point game, 80-78. Going to the fourth.
Shaq. When he actually plays like a big guy, I don't even mind. Nice pass. I don't even mind him shooting a 3 every now and then. But
I agree with you.
When he plays downhill, it really, because he got a dunk coming up that was incredible.
And they had Indiana turning the ball over, and every time the Knicks take advantage, look at Cat there. It's 85-81, and Cat for 3. And it's 85-84.
This is the one right here.
Right here. Yes.
He meant that.
Throw it down, big man.
86-85. Neesmith back in there. 1-point game. Big Cat. What you gonna do?
Step back out. And he really got fouled on that. Luckily, it wasn't a 4-point play. And then Brunson is a closer. He is a closer.
He just came off the bench, too, and scored that.
He gave the Knicks the lead for good at 198. Miles Turner in and out.
Man.
Hart played unbelievable. Kudos to him for not complaining about not starting and still coming to help the Knicks win this game.
Yeah, because he said something and he was benched. He wasn't benched. He just is coming off the bench. He's going to play the same amount of minutes.
106-100 is your final score. As the Knicks, their season was right there on the line, and they didn't blink. 106-100. You've got 3 games in the books now, decided by a total of 2 points. That's the only difference between these two teams. 2 points in this series. And look at Cat. 20 points in the... Look, we talked about him in the fourth quarter.
Travels, man. This is crazy.
We talked about him in the fourth quarter, taking 1 shot in game 2. And tonight, here he goes for 20.
This is why New York people are crazy.
This is crazy.
These dudes up here chanting Knicks and 6. They
it is crazy out here.
Oh my God. These people are crazy.
They travel.
Hey, Kenny, this is your people right here.
Listen, man. They travel, man.
Hey, let's talk to Jalen Brunson. Jalen, if you can hear us over the Knicks fans who have gathered to chant behind us as you guys win this game 106-100, what does it make you feel like that you can, during that big run to get back in the game, you were watching a lot of it. They were